Yeah. Okay. We are now on air.
Yeah, so I remember last week um, we had defeated Lady Daria, um, primarily through a series of episodes where we unleashed waves of either water to erode away skeletons, or waves of skeletons to erode away tyranny. Uh, we conquered Lady Daria and took back the town for the people.
Yup.
Um,
And also founded a new religion, which we seem to be startlingly good at in general. I don't know
yeah,
why.
I'm not surprised at this. We are fairly charismatic as a party.
This is true.
And the extreme nature of how it appeared, of Bedivir's death and sacrifice.
Extreme nature, no pun intended.
And the tree that sprung up of his sacrifice.
They also accidentally founded an order of
We
mining
founded, I guess, not a religion.
known as the Knights of
An order.
Trito,
Yep. The Knights of Tridomir.
because of the tree that they grew where Chedomir died.
Okay.
Lord.
Roger.
It's a magical tree.
Okay.
It came from the bag of beans.
Oh, you guys use the back
That's right.
without me?
It honestly, the results left something to be desired.
Yeah, it could have been a mummy.
It could have been mummy.
I don't think the results left anything to be desired. I don't know what other results were though, because I was told
It
they
was
were
like
magic.
a colony of screaming fungus, a bulette,
Yeah, there were some
full of potions, and something else.
I think the tree. I like the tree of potions. To be honest, I think that I was able to harvest some of those potion fruits. So I've got some of those.
That's right.
Just looking for some backstory stuff. Anyways, but yeah, that's where we're at. We haven't really done a denouement for that. I took Lady Daria alive and made the castle surrender their arms.
Yeah, I remember you like intimidating and cowing her personal guardsmen.
Yeah, and her personal guardsmen were all kind of laying down arms when Gru kind of sent them into action to go save the rest of the town, and then it's kind of where the Knights of Tredomir came out. And we kind of like went out on a musical note, and we didn't. So like that's where we're at. That's we conquered. We came. We saw. We conquered. That was boom done.
All right. Yeah. So I mean,
that's right.
Victoria, you came to investigate an extraordinary explosion, which you heard from all the way across town. As you approached, it was still raining the odd, limb here and there.
That's right, I have a shield.
Umbrella shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys see Victoria walking up the path toward Countess Daria's manor. What's that?
With my militia.
Oh, with a small militia following.
Nice.
With her shield, held overhead to shield her from the body bit's rain.
I mean, I assume we got separated in confusion or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was a collapse in the mine, up in the mines, and it was at that point that you guys kind of all got separated.
Okay.
Yeah, you walk up and you see these guys ordering around guardsmen, and is Lady Daria?
Yeah, Lady. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What was the question, Jesse?
Is Lady Daria out here, or is she in custody elsewhere?
I think that we Well, we probably have her with us, and we're probably like wrapping up, ready to go. Ah, yeah, she's here. We're like kind of boom.
Yeah, so I kind of walk up and I've got like some townsfolk with me, and
Lady Victoria, where have you been?
well, when we got separated, I met up with these townsfolk and helped them kind of get out of Dodge. We saw a large explosion and what I would call a wave of skill.
Ah, so close.
Perhaps a Skelnami?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
hopeful townsman. And I figured that was all you're doing. So once we had sort of, saved ourselves, oh no, he got booted
DC
again?
Yeah, looks like he restarted.
It's okay. We can get ourselves oriented and we can update him when you get ready to get out of Dodge.
Ah,
I thought it was best to bring, my crew up here. I don't know if you're organized in any way. I can send them out to sort of help. They're very easy to order around.
aye. We have many needs of able-bodied soldiers to rebuild the town and to join our new knighthood.
I don't know if they're all that.
They're good enough.
And I sort of direct them to help with the wounded over there and shift that pile of rubble so we can get out the gate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you kind of use your established leadership over this little crew of kind of impromptu militia, and you set them to work kind of tidying and securing the perimeter. There are still stray undead who are stumbling onto the premises, and you kind of set up a nice clean perimeter to make sure that everything's secure and have them set about work.
Mhm.
Okay. We do that.
Cool. So, have we leveled? Are we on the way back to? Are we preparing to go back to the Eyes of Horus?
Yeah, so you guys are level. You've leveled. So if you haven't leveled up already, go ahead and do so now. Up to
I
6.
have. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah,
Okay.
you guys have leveled up to 6. Also, did I give you guys any loot last time?
So yes, we got a bag of gems.
I rolled you some.
Deck of illusions. Potion of greater healing. Oil of slipperiness. Scroll of gaseous form. And
Wait,
a pearl
oil
of
slippery?
power.
That's just oil?
It's particularly yeah. That's a weird word, slipperiness.
It's extra slippery.
It's extra. And then 650 gold worth of gems. I think it was like 700 gold worth of gems, but I gave one to our Vasily, which I think was one of the town.
So you guys did get a bit of loot from the boss fight. All
Yeah.
right. So you guys kind of organize yourselves. You guys have Countess Daria in custody. Victoria's going around securing the premises. You've kind of cowed her guards. Yeah, I mean, it feels to you like you guys have. Let's see. Your original mission, I think, was to follow up on some small undead activity. You've gone far
On the
beyond.
trade route.
Yeah, on the trade route.
Right.
You guys have gone far beyond the scope of that. But regardless, it feels like you've kind of wrapped up the investigation probably and are ready to report out to your superiors.
Do you guys? Oh, what's he say?
He said he just restarted. I was chiming just to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you all have some sort of, I don't know, named peasant that you want to deputize and put in charge here?
Yeah, we think we did there's probably two. There's Vasily, who I think is one of Bedemir's kids,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. I don't know. Then his wife. His wife was the other one that was like in charge of the tree.
Yeah. Shadamir's
A
widow.
lot.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Hopefully that did it. Sorry, I don't know. It's been particularly shitty lately.
Oh,
You're coming through pretty clearly, actually. You're a little on the quiet side. You might need to adjust
where?
where your microphone's pointed.
Hold on.
So that's
How's that?
Yeah, better.
a woman and
perfect.
her son.
Perfect? Okay, good. I dug out my fancy microphone while I was at it, so.
Nicely done.
Well, we should just deputize her then, because she'll be in charge regardless.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she runs the Knight of Tridamir. She is Bedemir's husband. She's actually Tridamir's husband. That's
I thought
The way
Vasily
the
was
lore- Vasilia.
She is.
Oh, Vasily, yeah, okay, yes. That makes more sense.
Do you remember what her name was?
Kind of not. She is named. I made a new character sheet. I don't have it written down.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'll figure it out next time we come back to this town. So yeah, Shadamir's widow. You deputize her.
Real sexist.
What? She?
We can name her
She's
again.
named after a dead
Right.
guy. What's the problem?
Fine.
I think
She
that
doesn't need her own
Yeah.
identity.
She has a
Svet.
Anyway, she's in charge.
Yeah. Anyway, she's in charge.
Okay, Cheddamir's wife, in charge of the town.
Yeah, so you guys kind of organize yourselves. You feel like you have a pretty thorough report back for your superiors in Briaza with the Eye of Horus.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we
unless
also
there's
have a
anything
prisoner
else that-
quarters, so.
Yeah, unless there's
Oh,
anything that you...
there. Sorry, I have it written down. Cheddamir's wife's name is Sasha.
Thank you.
Yes.
I knew she had a name.
Like she's got a whole identity separate from her husband.
Ah, no, we're not going that far. Okay. So yeah, we need to drag Daria back to wherever we came from.
And I assume that there's like some wealth within the castle or is it a manor?
The manor,
house?
yeah.
So I mean, like, we tell her to kind of liberate.
Liberate some of that wealth.
Yeah. To take care of the people. We trust her. We trust her, right?
And does Daria?
No,
She-
not her.
Oh,
Sasha.
Sasha. Oh, okay. Yeah, you tell her this, and she's like, she's on site, and she's like, "Da, we will distribute the funds of the traitorous countess for reconstruction of town of Dolge.
Yeah. Take care of your people.
We will take good care of them. Children will return to mines, have good work, die of black lung under mountain.
The usual.
Yes,
Good solid work.
all will return to status quo.
Just make sure that they have a good life insurance plan to take care of their children.
Insurance?
Blood money.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Company always pay out 25 5 cents per family member dies in mine.
Okay.
Wait.
Can we take a nap before we head out?
Yeah, you guys secure yourself a place to rest after the day's events, and having secured the premises, and decide to rest up before you head out back toward Briaza. You rest through the night. What are you doing with Countess Daria here?
Well, we keep her manacled. I guess I keep her gagged as well, because sounds like she was like a witch of some sort.
Yeah, she was definitely a witch.
Can I, before we take a nap, can I cast Detect Magic and just like look her over?
Yeah. You cast detect magic, and you see she has like a couple of
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
lesser magic auras on her person.
I
Yeah.
divest her of those. Whatever.
Yeah. You divest her of those things. And when you're satisfied that she doesn't have any more tricks up her sleeve, what do you guys do with her for the night?
I instruct the goblin that Lady Daria is not food.
Wise.
Even
Don't,
if you
don't
put
they eat prisoners? That's what I hear. Brew, this is not food.
He's still here.
John?
We lost him again.
Nay.
Hmm.
All right. So, what do you do with Daria for the night?
I mean, I think we just tie her up pretty good, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Is there? Are we gonna stay in the manor? There's probably a dungeon.
Yeah, sure. We post up in a nice room somewhere.
There's definitely a dungeon in the basement of this manor. You find a holding cell for her. When you go down there, you also find like several other people who are locked up down there.
Sorry, this is awkward. We're not here to free you, particularly. So.
No, she's had me down here for a year.
Oh.
We'll talk to Sasha, who's now in charge. And
Sasha, no, please.
She'll review your case, sir.
Rescue me, bring me justice.
We don't
Well,
know who you are. You could be a murderer.
I'm Jerry.
Right? I've seen this movie. Yeah. Well, it was good. It was nice to see you.
She's had me here. She's tortured me. No, please don't leave me.
So,
You guys continue on down the hallway, find an empty cell, pull the keys off the wall.
He could be Jerry the murderer. We can't just.
Right? That's kind of how I feel too. It's like can't just free everybody.
Yeah, you guys leave Jerry there to his fate.
We'll mention to Sasha that she may want to review the case as the prisoner's in.
Yeah.
She's probably got a good finger on the beat of.
Yeah, Sasha's like,
who's the murderer and who's the
I
political prisoner.
will review the case of the criminal.
One. That'll be easy.
They're of the criminals.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of them.
As is just.
And you lock up Daria securely for the night. You guys rest up for the night?
Yes.
Give yourselves a long rest. Did you do anything special with Daria's personal guard?
Well, I've called them into service, I guess. Some of them have taken up arms to defend the town, but everyone else has been divested of weapons.
Yeah.
And the Knights of Tridemir are starting to kind of, station themselves around the manor. They didn't realize we'd have to govern. It's not
Okay, so the Knights of Tridemir are kind of in charge, it sounds like, then.
Yeah, we're this is a local matter. We're well, I guess like if there's anything to do, we take the arms away from them. We I guess What do you feel, Victoria?
I mean, I wasn't here. I feel like people that willingly sort of switched to saving people could probably be trusted on a sort of, I don't know, maybe a buddy system. Like one switchy per night of Tridamir, and everybody else we should probably lock up, right?
Mhm. Sure. Sounds reasonable. Why not, yeah. Let's, is there anybody that is making kind of like, actually, sure, why don't I do this? I'm an expert in deception. I use some downtime to sow rumors of, a resistance group
Hello?
within. Hey,
We can
Hey.
hear you.
There we go. All right.
Welcome back.
Awesome. So yes, I've heard all of that. I just didn't realize I wasn't being heard. So yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's better than it was.
it's
But,
a good
yeah.
thing we didn't insult you.
Uh-huh.
We never do.
Ever.
Pepper.
haha, haha, right, guys?
I know I can always trust you, Oriana. We're good friends. We're the best friends.
Great. Did you miss the line, John, where I was like, I reminded Gru not that he can't eat this prisoner?
Yeah, I was going on about, well, she doesn't need all of her limbs. And I've got this jar of acid that can just dissolve a little bit. It'll be nice. It's like an orange Julius, only it's like
Oh.
a red, orange, greenish Julius. Yeah.
In this case, it'd be an orange Darius. Is that
Yeah, there you go.
orange Darius? Orange Darius?
All right.
3 orange Dariuses.
More for me.
Orange whip? Orange whip? 3 orange whips.
Drink the drink that goblins offering around. I don't think it's healthy.
You're missing out. It's a lot of protein.
Moral.
Basically a power shake.
Orange Darius that is people.
Okay. Yeah.
You said you sow rumors, Ariana?
Yeah, sorry. I was going to sow rumors of some sort of resistance to kind of either draw out those that would that would try to rise against us.
Right. Nah.
This is entrapment. Go for it.
How does the entrapment part work?
Yeah, so we're like, I put like a meeting location or something, you know, like everyone. Go ahead.
People who are unhappy about these upstart nights and yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Give me the second roll
Alrighty.
as a part of your sowing of rumors.
15.
15? Okay, you sow these rumors. When do you set this like meeting for?
The witching hour, as Lady Daria would want.
So the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
This night.
This night.
Where are people supposed to convene?
In the backyard of the manor, where we can best, at the gate, at the breach in the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you set this location. You kind of start to spread this word discreetly and strategically around this sort of makeshift camp that is coming together. And like some civilians have heard word. People are trickling in to the manor grounds. And then what do you guys do for the night?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna hide somewhere in that area.
Okay.
Carl, manner.
Well, I guess I have to introduce a new character.
Oh, yeah?
Well, because I took a familiar,
Oh.
Oh.
and I asked a while ago, way back when, but I don't know if you'd still be okay. But I took a shadow pseudo dragon.
Done.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell us about your Shadow Pseudo Dragon familiar.
They don't talk. They understand Common and Draconic. They when if you ask their name, they kind of like flash images of like crocodiles in the water kind of glowing the faint remains of the sun in their eyes. I'm like, no, it goes by dusk. But there's something just sinister about it, you know?
Just leaning into it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's an edgelord.
Just a little bit.
And yeah, I don't know, it kind of crawls around my shoulders and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I guess now that I was gonna do like an eye thing, like now that I've reached my final warlock form. My warlock has like marked me with a shadow eye.
What does that mean?
I don't know, it's like shadowy eye.
Like a third eye?
No, just like one of my normal eyes, just like kind of bleeds dark shadows.
Like a smoky eye.
Like a smoky eye, yes. Like I got going full on Sanders.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, your eyes are smoking.
Just one smoky eye.
One smoky eye.
One
Get
smoky
the asymmetric thing going. Yeah. You could probably brush some bangs to cover the other side, or
Yeah, perhaps. No, I probably try to cover the smoky side and like hide it so that when I need to scare people with it, it's extra effective.
oh, there you go. There you go.
So maybe instead of hiding, and maybe this is where Jaeger is going, because I go around with my hood up and my eyes thaumaturgy so they don't look like goat eyes, but I could like pull my hood back and unthaumaturgy my eyes, and then I would look more demonic and perhaps less like I was.
Right. An ability to not necessarily have like full on smoky eye when I want to necessarily talk to my bosses, if possible. But if I must, like maybe it's not something I can turn off. I don't know. You know, I think that's more Jesse.
Look, how about this? You have smoky eyes. It is not something you can turn off. You might be able to find other solutions to that problem. It might be wise to find other solutions to that problem.
If it's just
Probably
one, you
a
could
good
do
idea.
a sideways bang.
Yeah, considering who your supervisors are.
Right.
This is
That's
a new
kind of-
development, and like you're in the manor, like looking in the mirror, and you're just starting to notice these like sort of wispy, almost black. At first, you think it's like running mascara or a tear or something. You're like, I don't wear fucking mascara. What's going on?
Not anymore.
I've never been a maker. How dare you?
It's still just beginning, and it's still fairly subtle, but it might become stronger and more noticeable in the future.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. Possible plot badness.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where my life's at right now.
All right. So you guys set this meeting. Is there anything you guys do to prepare for this witching hour rumor zone meeting that you set up?
Get some rest.
Yes. I convert at least 100 gold pieces into, or 100, like 2 of the gems into 100 gold pieces.
All right, not a problem.
So we're not going to be able to get. Are we going to be able to get a full long rest in before this meeting?
You can feel free to sleep. Yeah, do it. Do it. We're not, you know, we're fine. I think I'm gonna do a buy them over first. I'm gonna try to bribe them first.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll hang back for when that fails and eat them.
Okay, so let's see. Any other preparations aside from that?
Yeah, I'll just kind of stand back and back Ariana up.
All right. Okay.
Look menacing.
In that case, 11:50 rolls around, and you.
Do we need to keep a guard on Lady Daria? Have we missed that step?
All right, you set a guard from among the Knights of Tridamir to watch Lady Daria. You make sure she's secure. And 11:50 rolls around, and the witching hour is approaching. How do you guys array yourself in advance of this meeting?
I'm just gonna let Oriana take the head since.
Sure,
Yeah.
this was just a random plan. I'm gonna wear a Holocaust cloak and stand in the middle.
There you go.
I
I'm going
pushed a little bit.
to. I'm gonna make a hide check.
Okay.
Stealth.
Yeah, give me a stealth.
12. Yeah.
All right.
Not
Okay,
good flipping.
so
I
Oriana.
am not going to. I'm going to just back up Oriana because I am shit at stealth.
Yeah, Oriana and Victoria, you guys are basically standing at the breach in the wall.
I've got my
over-
hood down and goat eyes.
Okay, yeah, you're both have your clothing a little bit obscured, and are looking shady.
Yeah, I'll have I'll have dusk flying in the air, hiding in the light or hiding in the dim light, darkness, and just
Okay,
kind of
yeah,
scanning for people arriving.
Give me a stealth check for him with advantage because he's kind of up and out of sight, out of the way.
16.
All right.
I'm actually just gonna cast darkness on myself because I can do that.
You cast darkness over yourself. Give me one more stealth check then. That'll give you advantage.
All right, sure.
I take Mind Spike instead of dark.
19.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you guys array yourself then. Gru, you have created the effect of a particularly dark nook that doesn't, stand out. As a shadow sorcerer, you make it all look natural.
Yeah.
And as the witching hour approaches, 12 right on the dot hits, and you don't see anyone there, and you almost begin to think that it's a bust. But then, you see 1-2 figures approaching across the grounds, and you wait, another 5 minutes as these figures approach in silence and join your circle until, after 5-10 minutes, there are probably 7 figures arrayed around you. And finally, one of them starts to get coughs and starts to get a little impatient, and he's like,
Yeah.
So what's the plan? How can we free our lady? You must
I'm
be the one
sorry.
who called us here.
I am the one who called this meeting, and I am glad you all came. I see that it is hard to identify yourselves as ones who would still be loyal to Lady Daria in the face of these interlopers. That is why I shall give you a choice. Allow me to buy your services as bureaucrats in this town, or whatever you do. What are your jobs? How useful could you be to the movement?
The impatient one who spoke up before is like, buy our services? What? On whose behalf exactly? Who are you?
I said, what skills do you have?
I'm an exceptionally competent warrior. I've been a knight of Lady Daria for the last 4 years, and an effective keeper of her secrets.
Yes, you could be useful as protection. And you others,
And who are
Are
you?
you-
Who
are you
exactly is
artisan?
this?
or are you soldiers as well?
The rest of them kind of like look around, look at each other, and you hear 1 or 2 more pipe up, and they're like, we're soldiers too. We've been in Lady Daria's employ.
I see your faces, all of you. Allow me to show you mine. I kind of pull my hood back and reveal that I am Oriana. I
Use
am.
like thaumaturgy, like if there's like a torch or something to like make the torch sort of flare a bit and make it very dramatic.
Nice.
Yeah. The impatient one from the beginning, kind of you hear him hiss, and he's like, figures it would be a trap.
I did not
Well,
lay a
we'll-
trap. I simply, as I said, have wished to buy your services.
Buy our services. And what exactly are you going to do with our services?
Huh? Is your loyalty to Lady Daria worth more than... Well, there are 7 of you. How about 10 gold pieces? That's more than a soldier makes in a year.
Lady Daria paid us a little more highly than that. We aren't your average rank and file.
Huh.
You see some of the others kind of whispering amongst themselves.
Does
one
he-
or two of them
Yeah,
clustering.
does he speak for all of you?
One of the others pipes up and he's like, 10 gold pieces isn't enough to buy me. That won't sustain my lifestyle for more than a month.
Mhm.
I've come
Very
to
well.
expect a certain standard of living.
Ooh.
Very well. For each one that leaves, it seems I'm now up to 20 gold pieces for the 5 that remain.
Oh, you're letting them leave?
Oh, the ones that leave, no one's leaving tonight.
Yeah, you see the faces of the first 2 fall. Also, give me an intimidation check.
I'm actually going to
Advantage.
from where Gru is.
Yeah, you're using thaumaturgy to help help Oriana project her voice and
Doing stuff with the torch and stuff.
Okay.
yeah.
So, from where Gru is in the shadows, he's going to summon a. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to choose one of the ones who's looking the most unlikely to be persuaded, and I'm going to summon a Houndeville Omen, which is the thing that I can do this level.
All right.
And it's going to. I'm going to try and angle it so it comes into being behind them and tackles one of them into the shadow I'm hiding in.
Sure. Do you want to pick the impatient one that spoke up first?
Yeah.
Or the second one who was kind of waffling?
No, the impatient one that spoke up first. He seems like he's
All right.
the most likely to be persuaded.
Yeah, the shadows like pull together from the ground, and this hound materializes and then just leaps on top of him.
Yep.
Can it make attacks?
Yeah, it's the stats of a direwolf, in fact.
Give me an attack roll.
Alrighty. +5 to hit. 20. Gentleman's 20.
Gentleman's 20?
Yeah.
It pounces on top of him.
I wanted to actually make it, what do you call it? So it moves him, a bash attack. What's that called?
Yeah.
Like a push.
Shove? A shove
You said-
attack?
you said
Yeah,
it's-
shove attack. There you go. Yeah. So that it'll shove him screaming out of their group and into the shadow I'm hiding in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it shoves him. Let's see here. He tries to resist that. Yeah, it shoves him hard, deep into the shadows.
Mhm.
Into which he disappears.
Yep.
And then what happens?
Well, that's summoning the hound as a bonus action.
You hear it. Shit, what the fuck?
And I'm going to oh shoot, hold on. I'm going to cast suggestion on him that he stayed very still and silent. I think that'll work. Hold on. Can I use that after
You can
dark?
see within your own darkness. Is that correct?
Yes, I can.
You can see. He makes a wisdom save. Is that right?
Let me see. Activity. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
All right. What's your save DC?
15.
15. He gets a 15.
Damn it!
He resists it. Yeah, and you hear him cuss. He's like, "I can't see a damn thing in here. What's going on?"
Okay, well, I'll just eat him next round. That's fine.
What the hell was that? You guys see the folks out on the perimeter around you. The other one who is kind of speaking up, like you see him put his hand on the hilt of his sword. The other 5 appear undecided, and they're kind of you know 2 or 3 of them are whispering amongst themselves together. You know, one's off on his own, and he's like got his hands up. To you, Oriana, what do you guys do, Oriana and Victoria?
She didn't get to roll her intimidation.
Oh, give me your intimidation.
With advantage.
With an advantage from the thaumaturgy.
Oh, hard. Jaeger, you're muted.
I was like, I rolled a 20. I rolled a 20. I rolled a 20. I was like, I rolled it way back when. Cool. Yeah, I rolled a 17 and a 9, and I got a +3. Not proficient.
All right. And who were you intimidating? You were just intimidating the group, right?
Well, I was intimidating the group, saying that the very well, you know, the 2 of you have gone, and there are 5 of you remaining, and that's 20 gold apiece now per person.
Yeah.
And then one of them got tackled.
Yeah. Oh, so you had a total of 20 on these guys. Yeah. You see them whisper amongst themselves. One of them has his hand on the hilt of his sword, the other one who spoke up. The other 5 are just kind of like furiously discussing, but they are, you know, as they see their one fellow put his hand on his sword, they kind of create a little bit of distance to separate themselves from him. Look, I mean, we don't want trouble. We understand that the Ivorus is here, and look, yeah, another one of them steps forward, and she's like, we don't want to bring the law down on us. We'll cooperate. You're muted again, Yair.
And you'll be paid accordingly for being one of us. Now you, with your hand on your sword, do you wish to walk away from this town?
You see his eyes go a little wide. Victoria and Gru, what are you guys doing?
I am making sure. Well, let's see. I'm gonna cast Mold Earth, and just encase this guy in dirt, I guess.
Oh dear. Does Mold Earth have a single action casting time, or is it a longer casting time?
No, it's hold on. Yeah, it's 1 action.
1 action. Oh, is
One
this the
action
cantrip
for
version?
Yeah, it's the cantrip version.
For 1 square foot or something like that.
You can move
5 foot cube.
5 feet worth of earth. Yeah.
Okay.
Excavate it, and then just gotta excavate the dirt underneath him, and then put it back on top of him.
Okay. Yeah, you hear him cuss for a second.
Uh-huh.
As he drops 5 feet into the earth, and he's like, "What the shit?" And you hear some scrambling as he tries to pull himself out, and then you hear a whoomp, and it's just like quieter. You hear muffled scrambling and yelling.
Right. And then I will use I'll use my minor illusion cantrip from there on out to create screams and grisly crunching sounds from the darkness as an intimidation tactic on the other 6.
Yeah, give me an intimidation roll.
Sure. Charisma. Yeah. 19.
19? Yeah. So, Oriana, you pose this question to the remaining guy who has his hand on his hilt. And just as you pose this question, there's like this hideous cracking of bone sound that comes out from the darkness, and a blood-curdling scream. And you see him start to shake a little bit, and his eyes go wide, and he lets his hand off of his sword. He's like, no, it's okay. No, never mind. I think I'm good. Is 20 gold still on the table?
I think I grab him by the shoulder and I'm like, your life is still on the table, and be grateful for that.
Great, yeah. We're grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you. Good night. Honorable.
Remember, your faces have been...
Representatives of the Ivorus.
I walk up to each of them and take out my dagger and kind of like mark them, just kind of like with on the face, just a small little cut.
Cool. Yeah.
I will not forget you next time I'm in this town.
Yeah, they're the first one that happens to like they're too scared to really move, and they sincerely think they're going to die for a moment. You can tell by the look on their face. And then you spare their life, and you hear like a deep breath. It's like, oh, I'm still alive. And you go along the line and mark the remainder of them, and they're like, yes. And they look at the two of you that they can see, Victoria and Oriana, and they bow down on one knee as deeply as they can, with their heads bowed towards the earth, and they say, "You won't see any further trouble from us. We promise. We swear it."
No.
Say,
What? Yeah, good.
yeah, I say, well and good, but I had better go revivify that man who is surely very dead. And I like walk off into the darkness and start like making mumbo jumbo revivify noises.
You slide into the darkness, and
He was totally dead, though. Everyone.
Are we bringing him back to life? I was just gonna tamp the dirt down and leave him.
after they revivify him, do you think
You seem
torture him?
you seem to be mistaken. I'm not paying you to do nothing wrong. I am paying you to do good in this community. Should I come back? Should I come back and I have seen you have not improved this land and improved these people and found good uses of your life? You best bet I shall finish what I started tonight.
Yeah, the woman stands up and says, "Don't worry, you can trust us. We will spread the light of Oris in this city." And she salutes you sharply.
That's right, Project Mayhem. Do it.
You head into the darkness and pull some bullshit mumbo jumbo as though you are revivifying him. What are you actually doing?
I just want to make it sound like he was actually dying. The horrible noises.
Okay.
I pull my hood back up and I make my eyes look creepy.
Yeah.
Right.
Brew, what are you doing with your...
I'm tamping down the dirt. I guess if the others have gone already, I'm just gonna tamp down the dirt a little bit. I still got 5 minutes on this Houndeville Omen, so Sunbeam, I guess its name is just gonna sit there, tongue lolling out, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's not deeply buried. He could probably dig himself out where he's...
Oh, that's fair. In which case...
Is darkness still up?
Yeah. Have the others gone yet? Or are they still here?
No, you can hear Oriana conversing with them and sort of like setting them straight on what their orders are for the...
Okay. Damn.
So
I was
they are
gonna...
still here? They're not.
They're still here.
Okay.
I'll just damn, he's too far down to stab with anything, I guess.
Actually want to kill him? I figured we'd just lock him up.
You could plunge a sword into the ground.
Do I have a sword? Oh, I've got that scimitar.
It sounded like he might have information.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You want to leave him alive?
Although I have speak of dead.
I'll keep him. I'll just keep him from digging himself out until the others are gone, and then we can interrogate him by himself.
Okay, you maintain your darkness, and you maintain him with your cantrip in a hopeless little quicksand pit just below the surface. Until after a few minutes, you hear his struggling stop as he wants for oxygen.
Oh, there we go. Then I can dig him out and tie him up.
Yeah. Then you dig him out and tie him up.
The others go?
Yeah, Oriana, you conclude with these guys and dismiss them for the evening. And they all salute you sharply before departing.
That's right.
And then, yeah, Drew, you hear things clear.
Yep. Once they're gone, I'll drop the darkness and we can talk to this guy.
Yeah, you haul this guy out of the soil. And he's lying unconscious on the ground in front of you.
Slap him with a gauntlet.
you whack him, and he coughs up some mud.
Oh,
Oh God! Oh, demons! Battle-wise!
all right.
Child of fire!
Keeper of
Monster!
You've admitted to keeping your lady's secrets.
I did no such thing.
No, you did. We're all here.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yep. Definitely heard it.
Already a dead man, I'll take the secrets to the grave with me.
I'll just cast Speak with Dead with you, man.
You see his brow furrow.
The grave will not save you.
I have ways of making the dead talk when you have nothing left to lose. Until then, my friend here enjoys eating small parts of man. Every small part of man.
I have tried to civilize them.
There's a little
I have not
safety
been
process
successful.
involved. It's
Give
not
me
like
a
it's deep.
check, Victoria.
I drink them.
Oh, it's not good. It's a 7.
It's a 7.
Oh no, wait. I do actually have intimidation. It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yep.
Yeah. He spits on the ground at your feet and says, "I'll take my secrets to the grave."
I slapped him on the other face. On the other side of the face.
You slap him on the other side of the face, and you rough him up a bit, but it's clear that sheer physical intimidation isn't going to break him. He doesn't see anything to gain from giving in to you.
Okay, look, dude.
Very
You might
well.
as well tell us. I mean, it's gonna be worse for you either way, and we're pretty creative at that. Like, I mean, I don't want to brag. Okay, does this guy cut us hostile towards us? He probably does, doesn't he?
He's hostile.
Damn. Okay, so I can't use friends, but I can at least try persuasion. I mean, look, it's gonna go better for you if you tell us. I mean,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound horrible, but I mean, we can always. We're merciful sometimes. Like, this is the thing we can do. It's better than drowning in quicksand. And it'll get on the good side.
You guys have made it clear how bad it's going to get for him. He has accepted his fate and said that he will consign his secrets to the grave.
Yeah, okay.
Wouldn't you rather be free with some gold in your pocket? Like, out to do your own thing? That is the thing we can arrange. And given whatever you know, you could probably make a pretty good life for yourself out there.
You see his shoulders drop a little bit as you provide a possible way out that he could get out alive.
I mean, I know it looks bad, but this isn't all bad. This could actually go very well for you.
Victoria crumbles. It's pretty bad, though.
Yeah, but that's not it. Okay. There are upsides, is all I'm saying.
You know that if Countess Daria's people were to find out, I would not be easily forgiven. I would have to go far, far from here. How much gold exactly are you offering?
Well, the gold itself is negotiable. We could also possibly arrange protection from the Knights of Aris. I mean, Daria's people's reach may be long, but there are very powerful people opposing her as well.
You know from your personal experience that the Order of the Eye of Horus is not known for its clemency.
But does he know that?
Your superiors are unlikely to extend any kind of mercy to someone like that.
But does he know that?
Yes. Their highest ranked knights are known as inquisitors, and they are notorious for their ruthless purging.
I mean, but they're also known for being unexpected ruthless purging. Like that's that's happening. No one expected that.
Not pretty expected, I'll be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say we just lock him up and let him rot in the dungeons. Victoria's straightforward in this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Well, I tried my best.
Tell him. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
You watch his face fall as he sees the opportunities of freedom and a fat paycheck evaporate in front of his eyes.
You should have jumped on him.
Yeah.
Not worth the
His
trouble,
eyes
I'm
kind
afraid.
of darken once again, and he's like, "No, very well.
I mean,
Lock
gold we
me
really
up."
can't offer, but I could give you a short bow, a short sword, and point you away from here, which is better than what you're going to get otherwise.
Victoria sort of grabs him by the scruff, and she's like, "No, there's no negotiating with this fool." And she starts pulling him towards the castle.
I don't know. Some people don't want their freedom. It's weird. I mean,
Yeah.
we offered it.
He clams up and he's like, "Not enough for me to betray my master. Very well, Victoria. Do with me as you please." And he kind of allows you to lead him back towards the manor. You guys head back towards the manor, and sounds like toss him in the dungeon to rot.
Yeah, we let Sasha know. We're like, be wary of this one. Give him no mercy. He would feed you all to the undead to save his own skin.
Yeah. Sasha nods to you solemnly, and she's like, "Duh, I understand. You will never see the light of day again." You feel secure that she has both him and Daria under lock and key, and you're safe to rest for the night and recover your strength after one hell of a fucking day.
Yeah.
You guys go upstairs, find a place to rest for the night, and recover yourselves. So you can recover all your resources. Victoria, you feel pretty confident that the perimeter you set, and the militia you've organized, what remains of the guards that you guys have bribed and negotiated with, have secured the manor grounds. You guys sleep through the night.
Nice.
You wake up, late morning, refreshed. There's a thick haze hanging over the town of Dulge from the still smoldering ashes of, sections of the city that burned.
Can't win them all.
Yeah, and it actually creates a beautiful dawn
Mm-hmm.
as it refracts all the light. You guys gather yourselves together. What's the plan for the day?
Do we have a shipment that we're supposed to escort home or something like that?
No, honestly, at the position where you guys are now, trade is significantly interrupted. It's going to take Dulge a minute to recover before shipments resume. What you have basically is reports out to your superiors on everything that happened, which was way beyond the scope of your mission.
We're gonna take Daria with us, right?
Oh, yeah. She's going back to the head of the organization.
And you have Countess Daria.
Yeah.
We should probably get a wagon or something that we could tie her up in.
All right.
Yeah. Wagon, a couple horses, and make our way back to a temple or a fortress or wherever we came from.
It's what was it called?
The city of...
Hold on.
I think I may have renamed it.
Oh.
The city of Briaza.
Riaza?
Yeah.
Gradis. Greatest?
Written down.
Oh,
Greatest?
Yeah, that's what I have.
okay. Gradist.
I just erased that.
I, for one, welcome our new Riadis.
Riadis now? Damn it. Choose.
Yeah, actually, I like the new name I came up with.
No, I like Gradis.
Just
So
rewrite
either way.
it!
Since nobody can remember it anyway. Yeah, so the capital city is called Briaza.
Riaza.
Better name.
Spell it?
Breaza. Or
Yard.
as it is known in your mother tongue, Breaja.
Okay. Yeah, we head back.
Yeah, you guys
And it all goes smoothly.
procure horses and a cart and secure Lady Daria, Countess Daria. It takes you a good 2 to 3 days of travel back out through the town, and then up over the mountain range, back down into Briaza. You know, as you depart town, you see sort of the wreckage of, you know, the horror that the undead wreaked upon this town. You know, what the damage the fires did. You see militias still working to fight back small pockets of undead, but on the whole, things seem under control, and the people seem to be getting themselves reorganized. You feel confident that they're in a position to sort of reestablish themselves.
Nice. It's good to have known you've done well.
I mean, there's a hell of a lot of wreckage, but you do feel a certain satisfaction knowing that you're coming back with Countess Daria alive, and that she'll be forced to answer for her crimes and the dark magics that she had engaged with and brought to bear upon Dulge.
Do we have proof with us? Do we have like?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
making
honestly,
sure.
considering the
We got-
circumstances, I feel like it was acceptable collateral damage. All told.
We have.
Oh yeah, we've got that soul storage gem.
Demonic statue that serves as evidence.
Yeah, we get that set of 6 dark figurines.
Yeah.
I guess
The,
we're
yeah, big
first
ruby
like
queen
a cast
statue.
Yeah.
And maybe did we find any papers in her
Yeah.
study?
Yeah, you went through her study, and you know, you found some of her notes on the experiments that she had been conducting and had been having her people conduct on her behalf, and that's also something you can bring back as evidence. It takes you a good 3 days to traverse the mountains. You know, throughout you're on your guard as you can hear, you know, howls in the night, and you know better than to stray from the road. But you make it back to Briaza safely. When you arrive, after passing through the main gates, pretty shortly after, you know, word is sent ahead that you, as Knights of Horus, or you know, novices of Horus,
But I mean, we probably have a promotion coming.
you guys probably have a promotion coming. This is probably going to be great. You figure.
Yeah. I feel like we did super well.
I'm sitting like extra straight up in my saddle, like yeah.
Yeah, you guys are like super proud, and you know, a small entourage comes out to greet you as you're on your way back towards like the main temple barracks of the Eye of Horus, and they escort you the remainder of the way through the streets of Briaza, which is sort of a really large capital city that sort of sprawls around a huge basin surrounded by mountains. It's a bit of a dour city, but it's well defended, and the Knights of Horus are sort of an abiding light against the darkness that surrounds it. You guys return to the temple barracks, where you are promptly met by Knight Captain Dmitri Radomir, who is your commanding officer, who initially sent you out on this mission.
Is he my mentor? Was that him, or was that like father something or other?
I think it's him. He's your immediate commanding officer.
Yeah, but I have somebody who is like my mentor as well.
I'm not sure, unless you have it written down.
It's him.
I'd have to go through my notes.
It's him.
Wow.
Yeah, he meets you.
We the mentor.
And he looks looks at, kind of your haggard visages, and he greets you and says, "We've heard reports that you bring Countess Daria."
Oh yeah.
Key back to us. I'm going to need a full report on exactly what went down. Indulge.
Indeed, you shall have it. I have written the report, sir. I have it right here.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting she's.
Yeah, I have done two today. Let me know. I have a full report right here, sir.
Oh, we've got some evidence as well. This stuff, mostly statues.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, the best evidence.
I mean,
3-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
It's very layered.
Prompt and well documented, as always, Acolyte Oriana. Nothing less than I would expect of you. He takes the report from you and slips it into one of his pockets.
Yeah, we did good, right?
I will have to review everything that's happened. It sounds like you may have extended yourselves beyond the scope of your immediately assigned mission.
I'm sorry, sir, if you think that we have extended or overbreached ourselves when we were almost crushed in a collapsing mine full of escaping zombies that we then used to subdue the woman that have summoned them. But I guess, that could have been an extended of overreach to prevent any massive, widespread country zombie outbreak. But I understand how you feel, sir. As you can see, it's all in my report here. We want to make sure you have the best information available to make a decision with before you chastise us.
He kind of chuckles. He says, "I'd like all of you to return to the barracks and await until I call upon you. I'll read your report and I'll review all of the information available. I expect you'll all be asked to give a statement." And with that, he sort of dismisses you. He takes Countess Daria into custody, and he sends you off to the barracks.
Aye, sir.
All right.
A good 2, 3, 4 hours passes before you hear back from him, and an attendant arrives to summon you to his Knight Captain Dimitri's quarters. He summons each of you separately to give a full report and debriefing on what exactly it was that happened in Dolge. And unless any of you say otherwise, I assume you give him kind of a full and accurate report.
Yes, I definitely do.
Okay.
I roll insight now.
Sure.
Well, no, I guess I have no reason to suspect. Yeah, sure, I give a full and accurate report.
Okay, you give a full and accurate report. Gru?
Gru goes off on rambling tangents about the kind of stuff they fought and what it all tasted like. He brings along a couple jars of acid to prove that they killed the slime, and yeah, he gets around to the important points eventually, but a lot in there on the way zombies taste.
Dimitri's like, "You consume them? Gru, you're really going to have to restrain these tendencies if you want to advance within the ranks of our orders. I mean, look, I'll be honest. My back's against the wall. There are people calling for your heads. But
Wait, what?
I believe the work you did
We did so well.
was superior. You truly represented the Eye of Horus.
I thought so.
But Gru, appearances matter. You can't just go around dissolving people in acid and drinking them.
I mean, it's only a problem if I get caught. That's why I hide most of the time. Look, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad.
Look,
It smells a little bit, I guess. I can start buying some potpourri. That help?
I've really gone out on a limb here for you, and I know you have it in you. I know you aren't just a filthy little monster like everyone says. I can see the light that you carry within you.
I'll try and rein in the worst of it. And just get so hungry though.
See that you do, and have you considered eating, chicken, like the rest of us, or
Man,
rice?
I mean, I have. You just gotta make sure it's. Well, as long as you make it drinkable first, it's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the part that upsets people. I mean, well, that and the people eating.
I don't know.
Look,
It's all
just
just
keep
meat
people
at
off the
certain
menu,
level.
okay?
Okay. I will try eating more birds. Is that good? I can do that.
He gives you like kind of a little glare and motions to dismiss you from his quarters.
Okay.
Victoria gives like the most sort of like just the facts, ma'am, sort of like her background is soldier. She's very military, so she's like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then reasoning this, we did this, we had this approach, this was the consequence.
Yeah. And as you go through, he's silent for most of it, and you can see he's taking notes. And as you finish up, he kind of nods and he says, "Victoria, as expected, your account matches with extraordinary precision with the accounts of the others, and facts as reported in Oriana's report. I believe you've done the Eye of Horus proud, soldier."
Very kind of you to say, sir.
And, well,
She salutes smartly.
I just hope my superiors can see it that same way. And with that, yeah, he dismisses you and salutes you in return. Oriana, during your interview, Dimitri reviews your written report with you, and is like, this accords with the facts as given concisely by Victoria, and ultimately in extraordinary, long-winded and rambling fashion by your compatriot Gru. I'll be honest, I'm impressed with the work you did.
We're compatriots.
Though perhaps it would have been better to have
Don't
reported back
celebrate.
to us for determination by your superiors before you burned down
We're best friends.
a quarter of the city of Dolge.
We did what we had to, sir. It was necessary at the time, and I'm sure if you were there, you would have made the same decision.
I understand. Sometimes, when it comes to field work, you have to make a snap decision.
Aye, sir. Do you feel, I hate to tell you, do you feel it'd be alright if I still work with Gru and Victoria after this?
Honestly, however things come out after this, the three of you are going to have a mark on you among the rest of the Eye. I think.
What do you mean a mark? She started like touches her hair, kind of fixes her bangs.
Nothing around the eyes, right?
Look, I'll be honest. Some of my superiors are calling for your heads. I mean, undead unleashed across an entire town, civilian casualties. in the thousands. A huge portion of our minds indulge collapsed. One of our countesses arrested and brought in dishonor into Briaza.
It could happen to anybody.
I apologize, sir, for bringing someone to justice. Is that what I should be telling you right now? That I'm sorry that Lady Daria unleashed a army of zombies upon Dolge. You want me to apologize for that and hold answer for it?
You don't have to apologize to me. I read it.
I'm not going to apologize to you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Sorry, that was
subtext. Christ.
Sorry, sir. That was not my intention to give you that idea there. But I understand, sir, if you're not necessarily, I appreciate the work you do in trying to keep us alive, I guess. I don't see why there are others that don't see the evils that Lady Daria has done and why it was necessary to bring her in. Are there others, perhaps nobles, out there that are also raising skeleton armies or armies of shadows or armies of liches? Should we go root those out too? Is that why they're kind of concerned?
You see him like pause for a breath. He's like, Do you have further information on others within our empire?
Lady Daria seemed to imply that there were others.
Look, she does have powerful supporters. It won't be easy, and she won't go down without a fight. But I honestly believe the evidence the three of you brought back it's damning. Just hang tight for a few days. Let me do my work, and I'll see you through this.
Aye, sir. We trust you in this role. It's it would be unfortunate.
And with that, he dismisses you. But as you get to the door, he pauses you for a moment. He says, "Oriana, and one more thing." And he points to his eyes, and says, "Before you show your face anywhere too public, you might want to get that looked at. It's
Don't know what you're talking about, sir."
okay." And kind of as he points it out, you realize that with the heightened emotions of the what you felt maybe unjust accusations against you, that like stronger wisps of shadow are cascading down your face.
Oh.
I see. I must be a stoic now. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean for that to be. I'll see to it.
Men are always policing women's emotions and appearances, so don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. You know.
See that you do. And he dismisses you. Another 2-3 days passes. What was it?
Heat lightning.
No, I missed it. Another 2-3 days passes, and you guys busy yourselves about the barracks with your duties. You can tell in the mess hall during meal times that there are whispers and others, are all constantly looking at you guys. Gru, you occasionally see people point at you from across the mess hall.
Right.
To be fair, they're probably wondering what he's eating.
Gru doesn't.
Children.
He doesn't necessarily come into the mess hall a lot.
Okay.
He'll come in there to pick up. I guess if they want to make a slurry for him, that's fine too. But I figured he would start coming into the mess hall primarily to pick up whatever kind of seed or bread they have that they can spare him.
Yeah, there's
And
like
then-
a junior cook that makes you a bread a bread slushy that is just delectable.
Well, no. Actually, no. Just seed or bread, in their solid form, and then during times when he's not doing anything else, he can be found out like near the walls or large sunny patches with like bread or seed strewn out on the ground and just waiting.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
He's trying to get a bird.
Gru doesn't actually know what a chicken is, so he's just gonna go with birds.
I will eat more birds, sir. I caught that earlier. I was like,
Thank you.
Yeah, rumors begin to spread around the keep about how Gru has been hunting pigeons.
yeah, I'm quick to respond to anybody who speaks out directly. And if I recognize anybody who's like intentionally spreading things, that I start to intentionally spread stuff about them. Counter
Okay.
rumors.
Okay. Brutal. Yeah. You work on your networking and spreading counter rumors to discredit anybody who speaks against your comrades.
I worked with him. I know how bad he smells. You can't tell me. But I'll tell you one thing. He casts one hell of a darkness spell.
So yeah, like a good 3 days passes. And on the morning of the third day, you have a scroll placed under your door, signed by you, and it's a message from Knight Captain Dimitri. It says that you've been summoned before King Abelard himself.
It's all three of us.
Yeah, the three of you. You each
Okay.
receive messages. You report in your like full regalia. For a direct meeting with King Abelard, who has determined that he would like to reward you personally for your work.
Okay. Decent.
That's something he does normally.
Is this something he does normally?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't say so.
Victoria meticulously prepares her regalia, like buffs her armor, gets it on, everything is straight.
Yeah. You kind of
I-
report at the appointed hour in gleaming armor. All of the leather buckles polished to a fine shine. What were you saying, Oriana?
Sorry, I am trying to find a solution for my eye.
Okay. Yeah, you have some intervening time.
Eye patch?
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe-
classic.
How much we have some money now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How much money do we have apiece?
Golden eye patch.
I've got
I think you guys
101.
should know how many you have.
I've got 101.
You guys have way more money than that.
Yeah, I didn't count anything with it. Might have been liquidated since then. I don't know.
I have written down 150 gold worth of art objects.
Oriana, what do you have on your sheet?
I have quite a few things if we wanted to liquidate some things.
750 gold gems. I've got that written down.
That's down to 550.
Oh,
Or
okay.
I guess that's down to, sorry. Yeah, it must be down to 550 because I think we gave one of them to somebody and must have given another one because I had 650
Okay.
gold, 650 G gems. But then we spent 100 securing those other guys too,
That's true.
or other soldiers.
Well,
But that gives us 550 divided by 3 is what? At least
Ooh,
yeah,
7.
at least 150
157.
plus 30, so 183.
You
Yeah.
have 150 in art objects. That's another 50 apiece.
So 100, yeah, so 233. And then we have, does anybody want a Pearl of Power?
Yeah, I'll take it if you guys don't want it.
Yeah, you should probably give it to Gru.
Gru gets a Pearl of Power. Does anybody want a Scroll of Gaseous Form?
Sure. I can't
Okay.
stealth.
Oil of Slipperiness.
Sorry, oil?
Oil
Yeah.
of Slipperiness, yeah.
Oil?
Oil.
Just oil. All oil is oil of slipperiness.
Oil of oil.
Well, we can just keep that for the general. Yeah.
And Potion of Greater Healing. And Deck of Illusions. Anybody want the Deck of Illusions?
What does that do?
It's like a deck of many things, but they're illusions.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you hold on to that? That seems up your alley.
Yeah, it's like you throw the cards on the ground, and depending what you draw, it summons an illusion of that
Okay. Okay.
thing. So it's like anything from a mastiff to a dragon.
Right.
Sure. Well, I can take the. I mean,
Yeah.
we can also liquidate too.
We've got some unidentified stuff still.
Oh, yeah.
Anything big or critical, you guys do have this time in this sort of 3 days of downtime.
I have an
Right.
unidentified amulet.
Yeah, gold-edged amulet with a red gem,
Okay.
and then there's also unidentified baseball-sized silver sphere. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's the it's Count Astaria's grandfather's silver baseball. It's worth 100 gold.
All right,
What is a silver baseball?
a silver
they used to
baseball.
play with it back in the day.
I see. Another
Richie's?
33 gold apiece.
Yeah, it's a patrician sport.
Wow. So another 33 gold apiece. We will liquidate that.
So we're up to 266 apiece.
And let's see. We probably have another. My math actually has you up to 415 apiece.
Oh,
Let's call it 415 apiece.
Okay. I'll take it. Pearl of Power.
Buy a solid gold telephone.
Huh.
what's a telephone?
Solid gold rune of sending.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Sorry, I asked for a reason. Oh, because I was going to buy the sunglasses.
The sunglasses?
And see if I got enough money to buy. What are the sunglasses?
Sunglasses of disguise.
Rose tinted ruby lensed glasses.
Oh, those. What are they called? Yes.
Are you? I guess that's not glasses. Maybe goggles. I think glasses. Goggles of night. Oh well. I will. Is charming.
Gru, that necklace you have with the red gem in it
Mhm.
is a periapt of health.
Periapt of health.
It does not require attunement. You're immune to contracting any disease while you wear this pendant.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
I'll
you
give
know,
you Either of you want that?
So what was it?
Get immunity?
A periaptive health.
Paladins.
Immune to disease while you wear it.
Not particular.
You can have it.
Okay. I'll just wear it around then.
That's how you can eat all that garbage.
Yeah, no, that'll make things a little bit safer anyway.
Yeah, is there anything... You guys do have a bit of downtime, so if there's anything you want to sell or buy, now would be a fine time to do that.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to find the one thing, but I guess I'll have to just settle for another. What about eyes? Eyes of minute seeing. Can I buy that?
Yeah, I mean, here in Briaza, it's the capital city. It's a pretty well-stocked town. You can go to the... you can find, like, a magic item shop within the city. Let's see here. Eyes of Minute Seeing. Absolutely.
Will those be enough to help?
You get something worked with a minor illusion spell to help cover it up.
Yeah, I mean, wearing something on your face is going to obscure it a little bit, but it's not going to totally prevent the magical effect from being seen.
Hat of disguise. There's always hat of disguise.
There's always hat of disguise.
Hat of disguise. Hat of disguise.
Hat of disguise.
Is that don't want to have to invest in a hat of disguise with it. Hat of disguise. No, I guess I would just prefer not to hide it.
Okay. All right. You do nothing to hide it then.
I go get a better haircut.
You go get pampered for a day.
Yeah, in fact, I do less to hide it. I actually cut the hair away.
Okay.
Oh, an undercut.
Yeah, I do I go and do a full half shaved look, you know.
The bold choice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now I further accentuate it.
That is a bold choice. All right.
Do we still have that wand of animate dead, or did we give that up as evidence?
It's up to you. Do you give it up as evidence?
Victoria would.
Yeah.
It seems smarter than holding on to it, at least.
Yeah.
It's definitely the kind of dark artifact that your order is all about confiscating.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we gave it as evidence.
All right.
Along with that gem and the statues. Okay. So those are all gone. Ooh.
Yeah, the demonic statues. Yeah, the big demonic gem. That's probably evidence.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. In reward for successful completion of your mission, Knight Captain Dimitri pays out an extra 300 gold to each of you for from the commissary.
$7.15.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you guys have been asked to report.
In that case, hold on. I actually probably then buy a shield. Sorry, I buy half plate. If I have 750 gold, I buy half plate.
All right, yeah, you go out. You go to.
I make myself look real good. I upgrade my armor for this meeting with the dude.
Do you go to the armor within the Eye of Horus, who produces things that are like emblazoned with the insignia of the Eye of Horus, or do you go to a private armor out in the city?
I go to a private armor out in the city and make sure that my family crest and perhaps even the symbol of the hexblade is somehow cleverly incorporated into the Eye of Horus symbol.
Okay. Within the symbol of the Eye of Horus itself.
Or like adjacent, or cleverly and subtly marrying both of them in a way that's tactful
Okay.
but possibly ostentatious.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, you go out and have a new set of armor fitted for you and kind of customized a little bit.
Can I, if I have 715
Uh-huh.
and I have scale mail that's worth 50,
Uh-huh.
can I get half plate that's worth 570 or 750?
Yeah, that's fine. You do a little bit of negotiating with the armor. Where are you going? Are you going to the...
Yeah, I would definitely go to the in-house.
Okay.
I want Eye of Horus like
everywhere.
all over.
Just like right out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe in this company.
He's got like 2 or 3 models. He's got like one that's sort of a dull, kind of matte colored steel, and he's got another that's like emblazoned with gold filigree and like bright and
it sparkles in my
ostentatious.
Well,
Which kind are you?
I feel like I'm somewhere in between.
Describe to me what it looks like.
It would be like obvious that it was Eye of Horus armor, but it wouldn't be like filigree and things. It would just be like utilitarian, but definitely like representative of the order.
Okay. It's utilitarian, it's clean, it has a nice polish and shine and reflection on it. And then also within the chest plate, there's like an kind of slightly indented Eye of Horus symbol, which has been filled with gold,
Sure.
What do you call it? Gold paper.
Foil.
Yeah, gold foil to make it like pop and shine with that brightness.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys report tonight. Captain Dimitri told that King Abelard himself has requested that you report for an interview with him, if he would like to reward you personally.
I'm just gonna put down that I have 5 gold left. Does that seem reasonable?
Sure. Yeah.
I have no money.
Yeah.
Good.
I make sure the Hela clan symbol is very prominent. This is my chance to go before the king, and my family has been under duress for some time. This is a chance. Fuck it, they're gonna remember me.
Yeah. Yeah. As you guys report to Knight Captain Dimitri, he's like, the 3 of you are very, very fortunate, I think. I received a message from King Abelard's couriers that he would like to reward you personally and bestow the honor of a promotion upon each of you, to recognize the deeds your deeds indulge.
Victoria's chest is just like puffing out as he's talking.
If you're ready, the time of our interview is short. It will arrive shortly. He kind of looks around the couple of you if you're ready to head out.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. You're brought, Knight Captain Dimitri leads you across out of the barracks. As you're departing, you catch sight of one of the senior officers, who you know to be Inquisitor Stanislav. and he kind of like frowns and snorts at the three of you, as you pass him.
Well, he's not on the way to see the king, is he?
No, a little jealous.
My spider senses start tingling a little bit. And I start looking around a little bit more carefully. Is there anything to suggest that this night might not be on the level?
Dimitri catches sight of you. Dimitri first salutes sharply to the Inquisitor, and then kind of keeps moving along.
He's higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he catches sight of you, Oriana, like looking around suspiciously and craning your neck over your shoulder, and he's like, Inquisitor Stanislav was one of your detractors. He recommended the highest court martials for the three of you. Fortunately, I was able to sway our superior officers that ultimately you brought the light of Oris to the darkest depths of Dolge, and the evidence you brought back reinforces that.
That is true in a very figurative and a very literal sense.
You guys kind of head out across the parade grounds and up to the royal palace. You're led through a series of ornate halls lined with rich red carpets. There are knights throughout who are kind of stone-faced and unmoving in their duty, until eventually you're brought to the king's audience hall. There's a pause while the three of you are announced, and then Dimitri ushers the three of you in.
Oh shit, it's real. It's real.
Dimitri motions for the three of you to bow, and he bows deeply at the entrance to this audience chamber, while one of the courtiers announces King Abelard and gives a brief, sort of concise announcement of King Abelard's historical line and his heroic deeds. And then once that concludes, the three of you are invited forward. Up on a throne, up on a raised dais, you see King Abelard, who's an older man. He must be easily in his late 50s. He has a craggy face, and there is a rich golden crown encrusted with rubies that sits atop his brow. He looks down at the three of you as you come to a halt before him, and he looks from one to the next of you.
Victoria's down on one knee.
Yeah, you go down on one knee immediately as you come to a halt at sort of the base of the dais.
Oh, yeah. I follow suit.
Gru, you also bow low.
Oh, yes.
I as well.
Yeah, the three of you kind of show the appropriate respect. You see Dimitri has it has kind of his finest form is bowing more deeply than you've seen him bow to anyone else. And King Abelard,
he's well known for his bowing.
I mean, he's well known for his military discipline. And while you've seen him show sharp respect for his superiors and commanding officers, you've never quite seen him put on a display like this. King Abelard looks at the three of you, and there's a pause while everyone waits for him to speak. And he said, finally, he breaks the silence and says, Oriana, Gru, Victoria, The three of you, as acolytes, were sent on a mission in the name of the Eye of Horus to investigate minor disturbances in our trade with Dulge and to root out dark tidings that we had heard from that town. 4 days ago, I received reports that undead had swarmed over a third of the city. Portions of the city were aflame. My countess, who I had put in charge of that city, had been summarily deposed by a trio of acolytes. And yet, your commanding officer advised me that I should be patient and review the evidence that you brought back. I did, and I am impressed with your devotion, your thoroughness, and your uncompromising spreading of the light of Horus into this darkest of places. And with that, he kind of steps down from the dais, and he says, "In recognition of your feats, I have for each of you a reward."
I hit Gru, so he stops looking at his feet.
Yes. Money?
Yeah, you smack the goblin next to you.
That feats.
He waves a courtier over from off to the side, who had been kind of just hanging back among the crowd. You see, as you glance up, there are courtiers all about. There are knights standing in attendance, stony face. There are also kind of at the base of the dais, 3 chairs, 2 of which are filled, one of which is empty, for King Abelard's counselors.
Mm-hmm.
So this courtier walks up and opens an ornate wooden box, and inside are 3 medallions.
Oh, yeah.
The first he lifts out of this box, and he walks up to you, Oriana, and he says, "Upon you, I bestow a talon of vengeance."
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
May you
The Hammer
use
family appreciates King Abelard's generosity.
May you use it to bring the enemies of Horus to justice. And he lays it about your neck. He steps over to you, Gru.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of chuckles a little bit, and he says, "You little one, I bestow upon you an eye of searing justice." And he pulls out a medallion in the shape of kind of like a flaming eye. And he sets it over your head.
Oh, it doesn't burn.
Bestowed upon our knights, most trained in the arcane arts.
Oh,
wait. He steps along the row.
It's very fancy.
He smirks at you, Gru. It's the real deal.
Like, don't get change for that. I mean, it's
He's
very
like
nice.
a king, but like a cool king.
Yeah. This dude's okay. I noticed that when he came down from the dais and he was on a skateboard. Yeah.
It's a pretty cool ollie that he popped too.
Right?
It was like no big deal. Thanks for noticing, guys.
It's like a king that I would want to go have a beer with,
Exactly.
Victoria, he steps over to you. He says, "Victoria, I bestow upon you a sheltering wing." And there's a medallion in the shape of a hawk's wing. May you use it to guard our people against the encroaching darkness. He drapes it around your neck.
She sort of touches it and says, "I will treasure it, my liege."
Yeah. He kind of nods his head in the smallest of bows to you. And he says, the three of you, on my order and in recognition of your deeds, are hereby twice promoted from the rank of acolyte within the Order of the Eye of Horus to the rank of novice and beyond to the rank of seeker. He looks at the three of you, and kind of nods, and he's like, "You may stay."
Drew kind of elbows Oriana. Did you hear that? We're seekers. It's so cool.
I don't know what to say. Beyond, thank you, my liege.
He kind of smirks and nods down at you. He says, "We're honored by your service, and I expect to see great things of you in the future. Your commanding officers will have further orders for you." And with that, he ascends back to the head of the dais, looks down at the three of you, gives a small bow, nods to Knight Captain Dimitri. So the medallions that he gave you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send out a thing. What? So the three are a little bit different. This image is upside down, unfortunately. But as you...
This is upside down.
No,
So...
definitely upside down.
You guys are all spellcasters. So, number one, they work as spell focuses. They have a number of charges equal to your level. So those charges will increase as you level. Additionally, they recover charges anytime you see the dawn's first light. They are a badge of office of the Eye of Horus, and anyone that you display them to will immediately recognize you as a Knight of the Eye of Horus. Additionally, based on your rank within the Eye, they'll give you access to some spell casting.
Nice. I was thinking about taking Mind Spike.
King Abelard, thanks you once more. And then there's a further announcement from the courtiers. Knights along the sides of the hall bow to the three of you in recognition. And then you hear, trumpets that sort of announce the close of the ceremony, and Knight Captain Dimitri leads you, turns and begins to lead you out. What are you guys' passive perceptions?
14.
11.
11.
11. Victoria, as you turn to depart, you can't help but notice that, knights, most people's eyes in the room are fixed on you. Knights and courtiers are basically bowing in respect at the close of the ceremony. But as you kind of turn, you can't help but notice that these two counselors that are at the base of the dais are leaning over, whispering to one another, and you see one of them. You catch sort of an unfriendly glare at you as you're turning.
Do I know who they are?
Yeah, you probably do. you've probably at least heard their names. You know that King Abelard had 3 counselors, and you see there's an empty seat here at the base of the dais. One of those counselors was Countess Daria. And so these 3 counselors are people that he has, given governorship over different provinces and prominent cities and resources within his kingdom. The other 2 are Baron Radovan Kodro and Baron Radovan Kodro and Marquess Ludmila Obratov.
Okay.
Yeah, you catch
Marquess what? Oh.
You catch just what feels like an unfriendly glare. And then you've turned and you're being led out of the main hall. Dimitri leads you out and leads you back. And
while we're sort of walking, I sort of whispered to Gru and Oriana, it seems as though there's a pretty decent split even in the King's Inner Circle about whether or not we deserve what we've just received. And I mentioned the 2 counselors.
All right.
Indeed. Court can be a scary place.
You guys are led out through the remainder of the sort of pomp. And as you reach the main streets, Dimitri's sort of soldierly posture breaks, and he smirks at the 3 of you, and you can see that he's deeply proud.
Bro?
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Everybody said you all 3 were bastards, but I had faith in you. I saw that you had good in you.
Oh yeah.
The proud papa.
Victoria's just like looking constantly at her medallion, like.
Yeah, it's beautifully finely made.
She's like, do you see how beautifully finely made this is?
It appears to be made of like pure gold, and it's kind of gem encrusted along the edge. You can tell it hums with a magical energy.
I'm never taking it off.
Knight Captain Dimitri leads you back to the temple barracks, and he says, look, it's been a big morning, but when the 3 of you are ready, I'd like you to report back to me. I have your next mission for you that's come down from my superiors. We've heard some rumblings about illicit activities here within Briand that we'd like to send you out to investigate.
Oh, we're good at that.
Victoria sort of snaps to attention. She's like, we're ready now, of course.
He's like, he kind of raises an eyebrow at you and then turns his gaze upon the other 2 of you.
Hi, sir. I'd like to. No, never mind.
What's that?
I was hoping to interact maybe with the Inquisitor or Detractor.
You wanted to talk to him?
Perhaps.
I mean, he's the kind of person you could probably seek out or
because we're seekers.
We are seekers. just a fast conversation with our Detractor.
You do know that like somebody of your rank waylaying an Inquisitor within the Order would be very much a breach of protocol.
Oh yeah, then never mind.
But you could do it.
No, that's okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Come
on, partner.
Yeah.
Let's go do this.
Dimitri nods then, and he leads the 3 of you back to his office. his quarters. He says, he kind of motions for the three of you to sit. And he's like, I know you've had a busy time, but unfortunately, darkness never rests, and so neither can we. Recently, we've seen an influx of smuggled arcane items entering the open market, and not only are these smugglers evading imperial taxes and inspections, but we're finding that many of these items turn out to be dangerous or utilize forbidden magics. We're not exactly sure of what the sources are by which these forbidden and dark magic items are reaching the open market. We'd like you to investigate that. We have 2 potential leads to get you started. But from there, you'll be on your own. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of spare resources that we can devote to this.
Sir, you know that we're go-getters.
Yes. Consider us the resources that you can expend.
You see him take a deep breath in response to that, and he's like, about that, maybe
We will go get them.
maybe you could get a little less this time. I mean,
110%, sir. You can count on us.
We'll get
I want you
exactly
to
as much as we need to.
that
Plus
the outcome of your recent adventure
Seems to have gone well.
was extraordinarily fortunate, but it need not have necessarily turned out quite that way. Even once you return. I advise you remember protocol.
Oh, we can be subtle.
Aye, sir. We shall remind ourselves of protocol should we stumble upon any secret conspiracies while we're out in the field. Again,
He frowns. The two potential leads we have are there's a tavern that's a well-known haunt of hunters and mercenaries who frequently come across such magic items when in the employ either of the Eye of Horus or as guards of trading caravans. That tavern is the Quaggoth's Quip. You might be able to find such hunters and mercenaries who are the sorts who deal in those items and surely have a way to fence them. Or if that doesn't turn up any leads, there's a well-known transmuter here in town, a retired adventurer and accomplished mage named Myrna, who runs a arcane wares shop known as Myrna's Myriad Marvels. While in general her business is on the up and up, she pays her taxes, she submits to inspections. We've had an informant tell us that she also occasionally deals in black market goods.
Like,
perhaps she's our fence we're looking for.
Honestly, we don't know. I'd like the three of you to dig deeper, figure out what the potential source of these things is, and do your best to stamp it out or put a stranglehold on it so that we can bring things back into line.
oh, we can do some investigation,
Investigate the hell out of it for you, sir.
right?
We'll bring everybody to justice. Just watch,
Let's
sir.
not,
Everybody.
let's not bring everyone.
Everybody.
Thank you so much, Justice.
Give us a day and a half, we will have the cells overflowing with people.
I appreciate your zeal. It's just that
Probably important people. Counts,
Yeah.
I
Marquis,
know.
barons.
If you could try not to bring any barons in this
What
time.
about,
What about a marquee? Is that okay?
what about Duke?
Yeah, like how
Three of you
how
are
high? How we will try to investigate to our level, sir.
Yes, see that you do. With that, he salutes and dismisses the three of you. Yeah, the three of you guys head out. Additionally, another like one of the lesser acolytes approaches you and says that King Abelard, as a part of his reward to the three of you, has a personal gift, and in each of your quarters, you find like
Nice fruit basket.
it's more like a gold basket, but yeah.
Wow.
There's like a sealed note with King Abelard's seal personally thanking you for bringing the like bringing light to the darkness, and like it's like your official letter of promotion, acknowledging your new rank, signed by him, and additionally there's like as a reward, in accord with your new rank, each of you are gifted a further 1,000 gold.
I got 1,005 gold.
Whoa. That's some money. Did I get muted?
I think we should go see Mac. I mean Myrna.
Who?
Myrna Mac McKenzie?
I assume.
That's funny. Wait, are they a transmuter? Was Mac a transmuter?
No, she was a bard.
I thought she was a bard. Yeah, okay, well, it's funny because I have a transmuter in my game and Mac has shown up. They're trying to turn their hedgehog stumbles into a fairy creature, so they're a transmuter. So I am having them look for a book called Mac's Magical Menagerie, the guide to transmuting animals.
That does sound like something Mac would get into.
I like that.
I figured like it was just Mac's Magical Menagerie was already in my head from like all the animals we were kind of pulling together, and I was like, yeah, this makes sense.
Max Metamorphosing Magical Menagerie.
Yeah.
Of mammals.
Mac's Museum of Metamorphosed Menagerie.
Myriad mysterious mammals.
So yeah, let's head out and do things. An adventure.
All right.
I am ready. To. Well, I guess I buy a shield +1, or I don't know. Can I buy a better shield than a shield +1?
Let's see. I think armor is the expensive one. Weapons are the cheap one. Is a shield?
Generally, a shield is relatively cheap, as I recall.
Shield's considered a weapon?
I don't remember what the actual price is, but it is.
Shield +1 is uncommon.
Yep. Okay, so shields are on the cheap side.
Sentinel shield is uncommon.
Oh, interesting.
What's the shield of reflection? What's that one called?
This is, in fact, exactly the sort of thing you could buy within the Ivor's armory. It's also the kind of thing you could buy at Myrna's Myriad Marvels.
Give us an excuse to go wandering in. Are we worried that Myrna is selling inferior goods?
No, she keeps a pretty good reputation within the town as a reputable dealer in arcane goods.
So our boss was sending us to her as a source of good information.
He said that they had an informant who said that in addition to her reputable business, their informant said that she had been known to sell some black market goods.
Gotcha. Let's go chain of brush. Huh. Yeah, let's go buy some things from Myrna.
Okay. Yeah, you head to Myrna's shop. You arrive, and as you enter, instead of there's like a small door chime, and then also there's a many-colored tropical bird that squawks as you enter. It says, "Welcome, welcome to Myrna's."
Ah, isn't this a pretty bird? I was wondering, is your master home?
Hi, Myrna! And
I look
from
at the back of the store.
From a curtained back room, you see an old mage pull it aside. She has, a transmuter staff, which is wood on the bottom and then transmutes kind of halfway up and melds into a variety of metals that kind of like twist in a spiral pattern. It looks like gold, silver, platinum, cold iron.
She dual classed in retirement.
Dual class? Into shopkeep?
No, into wizard.
No, she's
From Bard.
From Bard?
Yeah.
No, she's pure wizard.
Hmm.
This is a different mirror.
Hmm.
Different alliterating mirror. She looks at you, and
She got a gnome doing her books.
She closes a flask and quickly tucks it away within her robes as she looks around at the three of you and says, what can I do for the three of you?
Can I
Welcome to my shop.
Can I do a quick sort of like just looking around at what's on display, what my impressions of the shop are?
Yeah. This is, it's not super large. The shelves and walls are well crammed with arcane goods. There's one wall that's covered with a kind of variety of potions, herbs, ingredients, and alchemical items.
Does anything seem out of place or otherwise nefarious?
No, nothing seems immediately like nefarious. Yeah, I take it you're not using any kind of magical detection.
Probably not at this point.
There are like gleaming swords and armor. There are, that have like a faint shimmer and glow to them. There are things that are, there's like things like a hat of disguise, things that are maybe their purpose might not be 100% on the up and up, but they aren't like dark arts things.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Does she have boots of elven kind? Because I kind of want to buy some of those.
While we're here.
Yeah, you
we're here.
roll on up to her, and she's like, "What can I do for you, my young, tiny, a hat of disguise? That's what you'll be wanting. Do I have it right?"
No. I'm fine there. I can keep the ladies off well enough. I'm looking for a couple things actually. Do you sell wands at all? I am looking for.
I have a variety of wands, and also we take special orders. I'm a skilled artisan, and anything you can imagine, I can bring it. I can put at your disposal. Please tell me, what is it that you see?
Just some basic for now. I need a wand that can detect magical auras for me. Those tend to come in handy. And I'd also like, do you have boots of elven kind? The ones that make you really quiet when you move?
Yes. Some of our best sellers, both of those things, in fact.
They can come in handy in certain lines of work.
She ushers you over to kind of the armor section and pulls a sleek leather pair of boots off the shelf, and she says, "These are exactly the thing that you're looking for. We'll make you quieter and more hidden than an elf.
Oh, yes.
The secret creatures that live up in our mountains. They say they haven't been seen for nearly 50 years. I tell you, with these, you'll be able to sneak up on them without anyone noticing.
That is just what I need. Thank you. I will take both of those items then. Yes. Let me see.
Find a cloak of protection.
Yeah. She looks at you and she's like, "These boots I can part with surely for a paltry 500 gold pieces for such a perfectly crafted piece of artisan work."
Ooh, that is. I think I can make it stretch, maybe. Would you give me a discount if I got the wand and that both? Say 900 for the pair?
The other thing you're looking for is a wand of magic detection.
Why? I want to detect magic.
Yeah, she strides over and pulls a very fine, thin wand with a crystal orb kind of set into the upper quarter of it.
I do have detect magic, just FYI, in terms of how you want to spend your money.
Oh, right.
Just FYI. That doesn't mean don't get it. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, it was mostly just as a backup thing because I don't know it myself, but it's not strictly necessary. Well,
it'll never fail you. Won't take up your daily spells.
Yeah.
Reduce the divine energy that you must call upon. Just this simple device, and you'll be all set.
Well, I would be interested, but times are a little tight at the moment. Could I give you 800 gold for both?
She looks at you. Your kind do drive hard bargains, don't they?
What do you mean you're kind? Go on.
Crust imps.
Short people, right?
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit heightist, but I'm willing to let it slide.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. And a +7 to that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Charisma based.
It's all right. I rolled a 4. 11.
Good roll.
He's like, with the fineness of my craftsmanship and the time that goes into these things, I couldn't part with the pair for less than 900 gold.
Oh, that's going to be rough on my purse. Times being what they are, and the people in charge being what they are. When you're in my line of work, it's sometimes hard to sell off the fruits of your labors for actual coin. I kind of side-eye her a little bit. I think I can probably stretch, though.
I assure you, you won't be disappointed. And please, let me tell you, if you bring anything back from your adventures, I'll give you the finest price. In addition to being a superb craftsman, I'm a dealer, and I'm more than willing to barter with you.
For anything? Because some of the stuff I bring back is fairly non-standard.
It might even raise a few eyebrows.
Look. I mean, there are specialty items that I have customers that are interested in, as long as it's all legal and properly reported. You see her glance around at the three of you.
Right. No, obviously we don't want to fall afoul of anything. Of course not.
But if things were murkily legal, we could still sell them to you potentially.
Certainly, as Knights of the Eye of Horus, I'm sure you could help me file the proper paperwork, and we could come to a deal.
Oh, yes.
Why? Do you have any such things that you've come across in your recent adventures?
Well, at the moment, not a lot, but I do have this. I pull out the jar of necromantic ash.
What is that from? She walks up to you. What exactly is this? Where does it come from?
It's the mortal remains of a user of, let's say, less than friendly magics.
Oh.
Yes. Handy to the right people, but not exactly something I can just unload at the local shop.
Handy exactly how?
Ingredients. Rare ingredient types.
A good point, yes. Occasionally, we have clients who have need of such things.
Valuable to the right people. But, he puts it away again. If you don't know the right people, that's also fine. I can find somewhere else to take it.
What? No, we serve all sorts of clientele. Certainly, as Knights of the Eye of Horus, you must know the proper methods for reporting the sale of such an item.
Maybe
I'd
we
be
could see
happy-
your special wares.
Special wares? I don't.
You know, in your back room.
I'm not sure I quite follow you.
Surely you have a room where you keep sort of the more. Actually, have you finished your actual dealings with her group?
Yeah, Oriana, I think you still had something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, can I get a cloak of protection and a shield +1?
Oriana cuts in real quick. I'll just leave some money right there for you. Okay, we're good.
I'm watching y'all kind of do the shakedown. I'm like, got a shield and a cloak in my hand, like,
Yeah, Oriana.
I just want to check out.
You've got a shield and a cloak in your hand, and like Myrna's occupied, and the parrot flies over to a nearby shelf, and it looks down at the shield and at the cloak. And it kind of like cocks its head to the side for a moment.
I can come back at a different time. It looks like you're busy with other customers, you know. It's just...
The shield's a 9-3.
It's
Better pay
like,
for that.
All right, bye now.
Uplifters will be prosecuted.
This quality. No one will be able to lay a feather on you.
Yeah. Can I buy this from you?
We take credit. Check. Money order.
Are you able to negotiate for the store? How about 100 gold? How do you feel about that?
Flip of reimbursement from the Eye of Horus acceptable?
Yeah, I'll just invoice us. Bye.
I like this shop. Maybe we shouldn't shake her down.
I like this shop too.
I
Yeah.
want-
100 gold? Fart, you insult me?
200? 200? Oh, you can negotiate.
He flaps angrily at you.
Oh, all right. Market price is fine. I just thought I was talking to an amateur here.
1,000.
Like 18 intelligence.
I give out 1,000.
Yeah, he with a towel and chucks a small purse onto the table for you to slip the money into, and then flutters down and, with his beak cinches it tight and flutters back over to his perch by the door.
Nice. All
Pleasure
right.
doing business. Return soon.
Gru, I have something I want to try to teach you.
Oh?
Yeah. Do you know how to do sales? I just saw something really cool. I just want to see if you know another time. Another time.
Don't
Okay.
let Gru talk to the bird. Gru's not a bird thing. Please don't let Gru talk to the bird.
It's a pretty fat bird. And,
Hands off.
I'll get some bread around here. You want some bread? We got a lot of good bread. It's right here in this bag.
Gru, don't eat the bird.
Wait, what?
Gru, he seems to be sentient.
It,
Don't eat the bird.
it flutters down to a nearby shelf to look at you, cocks its head. Crackers.
Bread. Yeah, see? Right in here. Sentient. I don't know what sentient means, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Just fly right in this bag.
to your bread for a snack.
Gru gives the bird a pat on the head. And then stares at Victoria.
So Victoria and Groot, you guys are
Victoria just throws her arms on it. Whatever, bird. Your funeral.
Yeah, this bird has momentarily interrupted you guys talking to Myrna. What was it? What do you guys say to her?
I was trying to get into her back room,
Yeah.
which is not a euphemism.
You
What do
could.
say to her exactly to. You see her. She's kind of like, oh, back room. I'm sorry.
I mean, unless
Stock room. Of course, we have extra stock, back order, that kind of thing.
you must have wares.
Listen,
Go
we
ahead.
heard you had some really hardcore stuff in the back room, you know?
What exactly is it that you're looking for?
Just those special wares that don't get offered to everyone that stops on by. You know how it is. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Thing is, you know, the Eye of Horus spends a lot of time going up against or finding worshippers of false gods, dark powers, that kind of thing. But it's hard to find them if you don't know what you're looking for. So examples of that kind of thing would be pretty nice.
Give me a
Sure.
perception check with disadvantage, because you guys are all kitted out in yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
Notoriously unforgiving Eye of Horus.
That's fair. First roll is a 9. Second roll is a 16. So 9 plus 7, 16.
Not bad.
16.
Not actually bad. Yeah.
She looks around at you guys and she's like, look, I
Purely for
have
reason.
a few goods that haven't yet been fully reported. They're in the queue. You can look at my ledgers, but I don't deal in dark goods. I'm not trying to get shut down by you guys.
Can I roll an insight?
Yeah, sure.
Nope. What is my insight? 4, so 7 plus 8. That's actually not bad. 15.
15. I mean, she seems like uncomfortable about this line of questioning.
Are there any? Let's go ahead.
And she's definitely trying to like mollify you.
Are there lots of dark corners in this place?
I mean, there's like 1 or 2 dark corners, and then there's like a big counter that has a big glass case that has further, gems and things in it, and then there's the back room beyond.
So there is a back room.
Where she came out of when you guys first arrived.
Very
I
suspicious.
mean, everyone has a stock room.
Right. Well, yeah. I'm just trying to see if there's a way I might be able to implant dusk.
Oh.
Oh.
I created a distraction.
How?
I was also similarly. I was like, I also had that line of thought. I was like, I create a distraction. Wait a second.
I pull her over to like some potion that I recognize, and then I misidentify it, and I'm like, "Oh yes, here's a potion of frost giant strength."
I'm sorry. No, that's a love filter. I don't really.
No,
think
the
you're-
heart is for the bicep of the. It's a common misconception.
Frost giant size, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I'm so good at deception.
Super deceptive.
That's an 8.
Plus.
That's an 8. It's not. I'm not subtracting anything.
That's good.
Look, that's obviously a love filter. There's a tiny floating heart in the center of it.
You can filter. You get the particulate out.
No, filter pH.
No, I'm saying you should. If you filter, you'll get the particulate out. It'll be a smoother.
It's not. Look, I'm sorry.
I try to implant my go dusk.
Sure. Give me a stealth check on his behalf as he tries to slip into the back room. He doesn't have any kind of advantage because.
What? I'm required.
Nope.
What did he say?
23.
Nice.
23. Nice.
Ooh.
No.
Right?
23, was that good, John? Or is it?
Okay. Dusk slips along the floor behind the counter, and then below the curtain into the back room. He ducks in, and there are a series of shelves lining the walls. The back room is surprisingly larger than expected. In fact, it's larger than the front of the shop. Maybe a little bit larger than you would expect for this building. There are also, so there are like standing shelves and, kind of extra stock that has yet to be put on the shelves out front. Clearly, she likes to keep a tightly packed front of the shop.
Anything I could identify, maybe?
Similar goods to what's in the front. Weapons, armor. There's a whole section devoted to potions and ingredients. There's a alchemical workbench, which has, a little mill and that kind of thing. There's another workbench in a further back corner that has, a gem cutter's magnifying glass. There are also a series of chests across the back wall of the room.
I guess I have a +3 perception. I'll have them roll perception.
Okay. Give me a perception.
20. I like this die today.
20?
Yeah.
Nat 20 or composite?
No, 17 + 3.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, most of the things in this room seem pretty accessible. Dusk kind of notices that the chests along the back wall are padlocked and appear to be pretty well under lock and key. They stand out to him.
Sure. Are there any keys? If not in the room, is dude holding any keys?
Here within this back room, no, you don't. Let me see. Yeah, there's a key ring on the wall above one of the workbenches.
I kind of lean into our Myrna at the table. And kind of like, I hate to have to come back here and to find out you have been lying to us, Because, if we knew that you were holding something and you told us you weren't, well, that just might compound things later when I'm writing my report, And preferably, I don't want to have to write a report. But, I think none of us here, yourself included, want us to write a report. Am I kind of right?
Give me an intimidation.
I gotta get some training in intimidation. 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
She looks up at you and over at you from her conversation with Gru and Victoria, and she's like, "Look, I don't have anything to hide. I report my business to the Eye of Horus. I pay my taxes.
Okay.
I don't
Sounds
have anything
fair.
to hide.
You have nothing to hide. Nothing to hide.
I have absolutely nothing to hide.
So then you wouldn't mind opening up those lock boxes you got back there.
You see her kind of do a slight double take, and she's like, "Pardon?"
Oh, I mean, you heard me. You said you had nothing to hide, and so then I asked you to open up your locked boxes that you have in back.
Who exactly? What are you talking about?
Yeah. You know the 1, 2, 3, 4. Was it 4 chests under padlock in the back?
Okay, look, I might have 1 or 2 artifacts that
Yeah, like I said from the very beginning, all you have to do is be honest with you. We want you to be on the level, you know?
that strictly speaking, might not be on the approved lists of magical auras that are permitted to be imbued into arcane items.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nothing that's gonna hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we understand. That's like I was saying earlier. Sometimes that stuff is fine. And I'm sure we can help you straighten out the paperwork. But we just need to know what it is so we can help with the paperwork. That's nothing wrong with that.
And perhaps we can help avoid the paperwork if it's something, you know. Paperwork avoidable?
She sighs, kind of bows her head, seeing that you guys have her cornered. She waves a hand and turns to go to the back room.
Hide, Dusk, hide!
Yeah, he hides back there. He still has like a standing, what was it,
23. Yeah.
Damn.
He rolled really well. That was just a good roll.
Yeah, that was a good one. Her parrot rolled well too, but not that well.
I was worried about the parrot. There was a moment.
Yeah, so he's hidden back there. He, as he hears the rustling, he quickly ducks out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this looks like an extra mention of space back here. You approve for this?
Yeah, I dabble a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
looks like you got at least 2 extra feet on all the walls. You know.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's 2 extra feet.
I mean, is that up to code? No, I don't want to have to bring in the inspectors on you.
Look, it's fine. I mean, it's probably just your eyes playing tricks on you.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Let's see what's over here where my eyes won't be playing tricks on me.
She goes over to the workbench and lifts the key ring from above the workbench. And goes back, and she just like waves her arm. She's like, "These must be the chests you were talking about. I understand. You all are very well informed."
Waving her hands in like a spell casting way.
Maybe a tiny bit.
Maybe a tiny bit, huh? Can I roll insight?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
I didn't do well. Maybe someone else should roll insight as well.
I'll check. I got +4.
I got a 6.
And in fact, natural 20.
There you go.
Yeah, she got a 12. So, yeah, you see her like just woven into the sweep of her arm as she's gesturing towards these chests. You see her fingers snap into a couple of formations that are part of the casting of minor illusion.
Oh no! I pull up the wand I just bought and cast detect magic on her in the entire room. No! I know that spell. I'm talking with that spell right now. You don't get to cast that on me.
I'm talking with that spell?
Yeah. Groot talks with minor illusion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, how's that?
He doesn't have a mouth, or he can't talk.
Yeah. I've decided Groot talks entirely with the spell minor illusion, the cantrip.
Good to know. I probably knew that.
Make him more imposing, or
No, because he can't talk otherwise.
He doesn't really talk. He just stares at people while the sounds form.
Yeah.
He occasionally changes
So, I
his.
mean, you cast Detect Magic, and
Mhm.
it makes your head hurt a little bit, the number of magical auras you're suddenly sensing pressing in on you, around you.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can still pull the thread that indicates the minor illusion she just cast.
Mhm.
Oh, and she's like, ha, had to try. And you see the like threads of that spell unravel as she throws up her hands.
All right.
She sticks the key into the padlock and turns it, and pops it off, and opens it up, and she's like, "Look, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I pay my taxes. My business is up front. There are a couple of rough characters who come through my shop, and if they have a really choice curiosity just for my personal collection, sometimes I can't resist. I mean, it's important to research these kind of things in order to understand what's out there. You guys must be able to appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no, we appreciate research. Any of these rough characters recurring characters?
I mean, yeah, some of them are.
Well, that's interesting.
Look, I'm being forthright with you guys. I mean, you must understand. You wouldn't put me in for an audit, would you?
Wow.
I mean, you've been really on the level this time, right, Victoria?
Do I?
Sorry, you sound like you're about to say something.
Well, sorry, I felt my foot on.
Wait, am I the good cop or the bad cop right now? Hold on.
I mean, listen, we don't want to have to, I don't know, bring in any more authorities that are already here. So maybe you just answer our questions and we forget where we heard those answers.
Sure. What are your questions? How can I help you? I'm here to help.
What are our questions? We want to know, like, where she's getting them?
Yeah, some of the regular figures that she buys these things from.
Yeah. I mean, we're not interested in, like, trinkets and doodads, but sort of the more, like, the big ticket items. Like, who are your regular players and how can we find them?
The occasional trinket ain't a problem. But if some of these people are doing a lot, then it becomes a little more systematic, right? And that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, there are hunters and mercenaries that protect caravans going through the mountains here.
Specificity is the soul of narrative, my dear.
That explore some of the ruin. Okay. Look, my buddies Laskell and Zoe, they're hunters. They're reliable customers. A lot of the goods they bring in, I can just report out as normal, and they're good. I pay my taxes. Occasionally, they bring in curiosities that.
Listen, you've said you pay your taxes about 6 times now.
Because I do. That's why I said it so much.
Just mentioning.
Occasionally, they bring through curiosities that are, spark my interest, and I'll buy them off of them, for my personal collection. Other times, honestly, they bring things that are a bit rich for my blood, and so I send them to other dealers to handle those kind of things.
Oh, really? People like who?
I mean, there's a fence that I know a lot of the hunters use. He goes by the name of Tinpenny.
Tin? T-I-N?
Tin.
Yeah.
Tinpenny. He works with this, I don't know, gang, I guess. Anything that the hunters come through with that, has for real necromantic auras or dark auras coming off of it, I don't buy that shit. I'm not trying to get arrested.
That's good. That's
I
good.
send them on. I send them on to the people who do the real illegal shit. I mean, I'm not trying to report the people who are my bread and butter, who are selling me a lot of my goods that I'm going to turn either. That's just business.
Hmm.
No, that's smart. That's how you stay in business around a place like this. So where would we be able to find this Tenpenny?
I mean, you know, he's your average denizen of Scumdredge Alley.
Wait, when did
To be honest, I think you guys named it that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's always good to name the truths of the world.
Yes, truth brings to light.
Why didn't we think of that first? We could have just gone straight there and saved all this trouble.
Round up the usual suspects.
Right?
Uh,
Jeez.
you don't seem very concerned about the quality of these items. We have reports of them, kind of coming back and hurting the customers that bought them. You wouldn't be worried about your name getting sullied by some of these things, would you?
I absolutely would be worried. I have a lot on the line with my reputation. And if any of my customers got hurt, I would absolutely want to know about it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's
How about
why
you?
I deal in some of the more dangerous things that float around out there. I mean, you never know what kind of subtle curse might be wrapped around something like that. And I could probably unravel it, but the amount of time it would take.
Yeah,
Well,
do we have
nothing
enough?
here seems too dangerous.
She kind of looks around at you guys expectantly. Yes, do you have what you were looking for here?
Why, you got more?
No, of course not.
What you got?
She holds out her key ring. Nothing. I mean, curios.
Can I roll insight to see if she's holding back? Oh, 19 plus something decent. It's 26.
26.
Jeez.
You get the feeling like she, of course, does not want you to go through her chest item by item to see every curio she's hanging on to, but you get the feeling like the information she's given you is good, and that she really isn't interested in dealing in really dangerous dark artifacts. That's fundamentally accurate.
Well,
You could probably, based on your read of her, you could probably put her through the ringer and confiscate a bunch of weird shit.
I mean, that
But
does
what she's
have
told you holds up.
I mean, I think at least for Victoria's sake, she probably thinks that she's as decent an actor as you're going to get in this position.
Yeah,
And
We
she
might
could be
need her-
replaced with somebody worse.
and we might need her down the road for some more information if she's still at least a little bit plugged in.
We're having a huddle.
After
Yeah.
all this is over, we can turn her in and take her stuff. But for now, I think it's fine that we leave her.
You guys step away and have a huddle.
She's a parrot.
Yeah, you see the parrot perch on a nearby bookshelf.
Anything else?
I don't think there's anything here that would require a lot of paperwork.
Look. How about this? As an expression of my good faith and continued support, my doors are always open to the Eye of Horus, as are my books, and my taxes. How about I give you a small brace of potions each, produced here personally. She pulls out a little belt with a brace of 3 potions, and she hands one to each of you. a token of my goodwill and, down payment on future profitable business that I expect we'll do.
What are they?
Healing potions.
Nice.
Basic healing potions.
Potions healing.
2d4 or what is it?
Yeah, I think it's 2d4 plus 2.
Well, yeah. I don't think anything here really requires any paperwork. Well, it's on the up and up.
And kind of like, as she hands this off to you, you hear the bell jingle out front, and you...
Oh, there's Jaeger.
Yeah. Got a phone call, answered it, and it kicked me out of the chat.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah,
Solve the mystery while you were out.
she hands off to you guys 3...
Get a potion of healing.
2d4 plus 2. It's kind of, a token of goodwill and future good things to be done. Also,
Right.
from the front of the store, you hear the little bell jingle, and you hear the parrot squawk, welcome to Myrna's Myriad Marvels!
Oh, looks like you have a customer.
Another customer enter the store.
Well, we'll get out of your hair. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Of course, don't hesitate to reach out to me if there's anything I can do to be of service to the Eye of Horus.
Who's the other customer?
Always. We do know where you live.
Sure, you head back out to the front room, and you see like a haggard fellow with long gray hair, and a few nasty scars, and a crossbow hung loosely at his
I run
belt.
up and pull his wig off.
You sprint up to him, grab him by the hair.
No,
Would have gotten away with it too.
Okay, we just go. At least I go.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, Jaeger is muted. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. He might be working on answering people.
He's also pulling the guy's wig off. He's suspicious.
We're good.
Good? Okay.
We're gonna find out
I have no
that guy
extra
was
questions.
evil mastermind the whole time. Wait.
Yeah. As you guys are heading out, you hear Myrna begin, greeting her new customer, kind of like reorienting towards herself, putting on her best face.
Mhm.
She kind of snaps cheerfully too. Yeah, you guys head out.
All right.
Pernally?
Head for Scumdredge Alley. Yeah.
I mean, that's just the colloquial name.
Nope, that's what it says on the tourist map. It's right here.
On the tourist map, on the real map, it shows up as Prince Balthazar the Third Avenue, but.
Mm-hmm. I figured it was called something like Algae Drag. Algae Drag, Scum Dredge, it's the same thing.
Prince
Is that the
Balthazar.
direction you guys are heading?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
All right.
Let's do it.
Sure. So you guys head over to kind of the seedier quarter of town. As you kind of like pass through the streets, you move from like a merchant district to a more residential kind of peasant district to a distinctly kind of rundown section of town. Streets get darker, street lamps aren't, methodically lit and well cared for like in the other parts of town. As you're passing along the streets, you see people who pass you kind of look over their shoulder at your emblazoned armor and insignias and whisper amongst themselves.
Our full shining Eye of Horus outfits. Oh boy.
Yeah. You have a basic idea of where to find this Tenpenny guy.
We go that way.
You going straight there?
Do we have anything else we want to do here?
Not that I know of.
I say, I can do like a bit of a forgery or something, or a disguise.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do with Tim Penny when we get him, except for shake him down. I don't know.
I can do a beggar. Let me go as a scum.
Scum. Sure.
Mhm.
I do not have any disguise.
Well,
You should have bought that hat of disguise she offered you.
Really should have bought that head of disguise.
I mean, you're kind of a goblin. I think really need a disguise, do you?
I'll just cast darkness on myself. It's fine. Go-to.
You could use it to be a halfling or something that's the same size, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. It's like you're kind of like already kind of. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
I understand it's because I'm short. But
yeah,
look,
yeah.
I might be a goblin, but I'm still a goblin in full Eye of Aras kit. Like, it's mixed signals going on, is what I'm saying.
I roll disguise kit.
All right.
Does that I'm proficient in it, so that's my proficiency. Does it add any ability score?
Let's see here. What are you trying to dress yourself as?
As a beggar,
As a beggar?
as something like someone who would be living in Scum Dredge Alley.
Yeah, give me charisma plus proficiency. I think this is kind of like a big part of it is affecting the right persona.
I got a 20.
A 20? Okay. Yeah, you guys watch as Oriana sort of transforms herself, puts on some rougher clothing, dirties herself up, and then you see her affect an extraordinarily convincing sort of low-born person.
Yeah.
Completely opposite from her normal demeanor.
I just need some help. Please, could you help me? I'm gonna go down towards the. What do y'all think I should do? I was thinking like kind of going in as kind of pestering this person.
Yeah. What exactly are we? Are we just looking to find the fence, or are we looking to find the organization?
I
Goal is.
I could also just exist as an invisible man.
Yeah.
Or person. Like just as a unseen beggar in the street.
Try and gather something passively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's worth a try, I guess. Yeah, and then if that doesn't work, we can bother Tim Penny directly.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll try to gather information, just kind of walking up and down and observing their operation as a beggar in Scumdredge Alley.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of post up in this disguise in a location. You're able to, based on the information you have, you're able to identify Tim Penny. And you find this fence. He's wearing a pretty fine cloak over nicely made brown leather armor. And he's posted up on on a corner. Give me a perception check as you kind of settle in. Pretty invisible to within this whole setting.
12. I'm better at investigation.
Better in an investigation?
Yeah.
Is there anything you're specifically investigating?
Tin Penny.
Sure, give me an investigation.
Probably not gonna be better. I have an 11 now. Yeah, so 12 perception, 11 investigation.
Okay. All right. So let's see. you spend some time. You just kind of sink into like a nearby subtle location. With your disguise, nobody pays too much attention to you. Um, you know, over the course of the morning, you see, more than once a mercenary or a hunter or an adventurer or two come up to Tinpenny in a group. They're a little too far away for you to be able to hear their entire conversation, but you can tell that he usually ends up haggling with them, and then some kind of goods are exchanged, which he sort of secrets away in a crate that's nearby on the corner that he's posted up on.
Sure.
And then as the day gets a little bit later, and after one of these particular transactions, he gives a particular signal, and two, underlings show up, and they lift up the crate, and he heads out from that corner where he's been posted up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so kind of get a good idea of the operation a little bit. Do we want to do like an Omar?
Omar?
Yeah. Do we want to smash and grab the crate?
Oh, I see.
Like, do we want to disrupt the operation and just kind of like,
Well, he's probably not the head of it.
Hmm.
What if we capture him and maybe get something out of him? Or I don't know.
After I kind of observed the buyer interaction the first time,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of attempt to have Dusk follow the hunters that have brought the items the second time. See if maybe I can get some information about the hunters.
Sure. So like the mercenary adventurer type folk?
Yeah.
Yeah. You pick one of these pairs of adventurers who comes and has dealings with him. Dusk follows them. Eventually, they make their way back to a tavern called the Quaggoth's Quip. They head inside, and Dusk follows in after them. And they slam down a bunch of gold on the table and order around, and you see they're pretty jovial.
Mm-hmm. Now, the Quaggoth's Quiff is brought up before.
Yeah, Myrna mentioned it as kind of a frequent hangout of mercenary type folks. Mercenaries, adventurers, and hunters.
All right.
Dusk looking around and you seeing through his eyes, you see that there are all sorts. There are, people who look like they're kind of bright-eyed and idealistic, trying to make their fortune. There are others who are, your pure mercenary types.
Mm-hmm.
Folks who are kind of dim-eyed and heavily starred, keep their heads down over their drinks.
Yeah.
I have Dusk return.
Yeah, you call Dusk back to you.
Yeah. Cool. I report back to Gru and Victoria the type of operation that's running and where the mercenaries are coming from, and
Right.
try to strategize some ideas of what we should do.
Yeah. Well,
do we want to approach them with our own fake items?
We don't necessarily have that many, though. I can try and make them buy the ash thing again, but I'm not sure that's going to work too well.
But what about the oil of slipperiness? Or
I don't think.
Thank you for admitting that's a fake thing.
No, it's totally magical, guys.
Really?
Look, this is the slipperiest oil you've ever seen. I guarantee it. Strong transmutation auras coming off of it.
Extra virgin, first cold pressing. It's the slipperiest of oils.
Where is? Well, I vote
Mm,
to go steal their shit.
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what we're looking for here. We're trying to bring down the operation, right?
Let me, I guess, recap and just so you can fill in gaps if I'm missing stuff. But there is a group of sellers who are flooding the market with illegal and dangerous black market magic items.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's what we're after. Okay.
And this
Sorry,
is
right. That's yeah.
right. This is offensive. Those items. So
Right.
this is the end user of
Yeah.
someone who would get them.
So maybe we should just sit down and wait until somebody does some deals with him and then follow them. Because we don't want the fence, right?
Right. So I did that, and they went back to this bar.
Based
area.
on the information that that Dimitri gave,
hmm What's that?
Right, but like that's not where they're originating, right?
it would appear that some of these items are coming from adventurers and hunters and mercenaries.
So we do want the fence.
And you've identified the fence, who is clearly in some way a dealer, specifically in
Right.
dark artifacts.
But
I mean, this seems like a systematic problem, though.
Well, it could be a one particular seller or something.
yeah. Well, if Tinpenny doesn't know anything, then we can always talk to the other two that Marina mentioned, Laskell and Zoe.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Which were the hunters.
Yeah. Because if they're bringing in that kind of stuff, they might know where it's coming from. Well, they would know where it's coming from.
Oh.
We could I could continue to observe Penny with my disguise, and then give y'all the go ahead when he's in one of his conversations, and we could do a
raid.
Stop and
frisk.
Stop and frisk.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
we could try that.
What are y'all doing over here?
I'm just gonna search you for weapons right now.
Looks like you're conducting an illegal magic object sales. Is that something that's going on right now? Can you explain why you have this pixie dust on you?
Oh, no.
You planted that, man.
You'll never be able to prove it, buddy. Just give me what I want.
Are we? Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
So you're gonna stop and frisk Tinpenny?
And I have 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
Oh, that's right. Shoot. Yeah.
So we probably got time for an encounter with Tinpenny, and then we'll put it on pause for the night.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure. So I take up my position again or find Tinpenny in the alleyway tomorrow if he's not in the same place.
The next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the next day he's posted up on the same corner, and you're able to locate him with ease.
Cool. Then I have Dusk with the others, and within 100 feet somewhere,
Yeah.
and ready ourselves for Operation Interrupt Sales.
Sure.
We should come up with a better operation name.
It's not my job.
Operation Crap Penny.
Unbelievable.
Operation Tin Penny Hammer.
Operation Bad Penny.
You live up to your reputation as Knights of the Eye of Horus.
We spend our entire time coming up with operation names and everyone escapes.
And None of them are very good.
We have to wait until the next day again. It's been 2 days now.
So should we wait somewhere else, or should we go straight up with you?
Yeah, so y'all are waiting somewhere else with Dusk,
Okay.
Where you
so that I can tell Dusk what's going on, and y'all can rush out.
Alley barrels.
in alley barrels.
Yeah.
All right, you bring up a keg
Yeah.
over your head. How far away are you?
Like around the corner?
Okay,
Like in yelling distance, but
you're like 50 feet away.
Yeah.
sure.
Okay,
That works.
cool. Sounds good. Round the corner, out of sight. Oriana, what are you up to?
I sit in the alleyway on close to the corner, and I just kind of continue to watch and keep an eye out for any hunters that come selling to Tenpenny.
Okay, so you're waiting for like a transaction to happen.
Right.
Sure, it doesn't take too long. You wait maybe 15 minutes, and eventually a lone individual comes up, and you see the two of them kind of discuss and haggle for a bit, and then you see a bit of gold change hands.
Okay. And now.
We come out.
How are you? You're just like roll initiative, lunging at them.
Actually, I'm gonna cast suggest or no, yeah. We shouldn't do this combat first. I'm gonna try friends first and see if I can persuade them to stay still. All right.
How are you doing that? You're under a barrel around the corner.
Yeah. Pop out of the barrel. Come walking around in Ivar's regalia. I've got friends cast, which gives me advantage on charisma checks towards any target that isn't hostile.
Uh-huh.
And all right. Hey, just a friendly quick
Your
inspection.
Ivorus regalia as you walk up to the gangsters might also give you disadvantage?
So they'd cancel
But it
out.
looks good.
And it'd just be a regular persuasion check then.
You do look good.
Yeah. And we are doing like a stop and frisk, so I have to look official.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I stand behind him and go, wee wee.
All right. Please pull this vehicle over. This is just a quick stop and search. We'll make this right quick, and then everybody can be on their way.
So, so you guys do roll initiative, run up, mug these guys.
I rolled a natural 1 on my persuasion check.
Right. So you guys roll initiative, run up, mug these guys. Victoria's going, wee pull over to the side of the road. The dude who just
I lean into authority. I can't help it.
The dude who just got handed off gold, you see him look around and then just start sprinting away down the street.
Can I try to grab him?
The client.
Yeah.
Not Tenpenny.
Can I try to reaction grab him?
Sure, yeah, he sprints down the street at you. You lunge at him to try to tackle him.
I don't know what this would be, but it's 7.
Opposed strength check.
Yeah, he goes sailing by. Your barrel gets in the way of you as it breaks apart. And he goes slipping away down the alley. You guys turn and look at Tenpenny, and he's like loading gold into a satchel and getting ready to run. Roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Natural 1.
Oh, 17 plus...
Plus 2.
Plus 3. 20.
19.
3. It's all right. I'm disguised.
Oriana's just like, whoa, who are these? I
That's
don't
a good
know
point.
who these guys are.
Oriana, you are disguised and we're a little more subtle than your compatriots.
What?
Do you have anything you'd like to do in a surprise round?
I'll just keep hanging out real fast. I'll have Dusk follow our running hunter.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
You're gonna follow him? Oh, Dusk follow him.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Does it look like he's gonna run?
He's already running.
Tinpenny?
No, the-
Yeah.
Oh.
Penny.
Tinpenny is like pulling his shit together, and he's not gonna run without the goods.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
technically, if it's the first, if he's just posted up, he might not have any goods yet. Oh, like, he just bought one. Never mind.
He just bought one.
He just bought. Yeah, you guys roll up on him, and he's pulling his shit together and getting ready to run. You roll initiative. Gru, you act first.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on Tinpenny.
Uh-huh.
Look, you know you will not get away in time. Just stop and make this really easy. It's fine. Nothing bad has to happen. And he has to make a wisdom saving throw. And I'm currently rushing for some reason.
Uh-huh. Wisdom saving throw.
Yep, DC 15.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is he wise?
Hope not in his line of business.
About to find out.
He's not wise.
Your suggestion was...
That he stop and just let us go through his stuff because it's a lot easier that way. Nothing has to happen. Nothing bad has to happen.
Single suggestion. Either stop or let you go through his stuff.
Okay. Stop.
Tinpenny stops.
Thank
He
you.
looks around as in a panic as he's assessing the situation.
I use my movement to walk up onto the other side of him, so me and Victoria are flanking him.
Victoria, it's your turn. Tinpenny has stopped. He's looking at you approaching, or after you just failed to grab his customer. He appears unable to move.
I'm gonna grapple him.
Okay. You run in towards him and lunge at him and grapple him. Give me an attack roll.
Strength?
Yeah, strength plus proficiency.
I got nat 20.
Nat 20. You dive on top of him and tackle him.
I was born for this! Flying.
Straight to the ground. He is prone. You are on top of him.
I got him. Got him.
You got him. It goes to his turn. He is stopped per suggestion. You see, he says you, oh my god, you crazy motherfuckers, I'm not even doing anything, I'm just standing here, get off me. He does not move for his turn, that's his turn. Oriana, it's your turn.
Wait.
He's physically grappled.
He's both grappled and he's under the influence
Right.
of suggestion,
Okay.
so he's not even
Does he get
fighting.
to roll on suggestion though?
He
No.
did,
Oh,
and
okay.
he failed.
No,
Yes.
but again.
You didn't damage him, did you? Because it does end
I think
No.
it only I think suggestion only has an effect for a single turn, basically.
if you give a continuing suggestion, then it lasts until they do whatever it is. So considering he has stopped, then you technically, I guess, it's ended.
I think he's done the thing.
Yeah.
His turn, he doesn't even fight against your grapple this turn.
Yeah.
Because of suggestion.
But then that's the end of the
He's just stopped cold.
Yeah, the spell ends when the subject
It's like,
what was asked.
maybe if I freeze, they won't arrest me.
Can I tie him up with my action then, since my grapple isn't actually?
Since you have a nat 20.
Walked up
Well,
and bear hugged him, essentially.
Yeah, I'm grappling a.
Somebody who's
Yeah.
compliant.
Yeah.
What do you have? What do you have to restrain him?
I think I have 50-foot rope. What's in a priest pack? Some nice ropes.
Maybe you could write him up. Write him a ticket.
You can throw him to the ground and demand he stops.
5 Hail Marys.
Oh.
Keep it packed.
Alrighty, friends. I'm gonna have to go. Flash. That's right. Keep going. Keep going. Do your thing. Have we got him?
It's actually not the worst place to stop. We can pick up right here with
We've just tied up.
Victoria is in the process of trying to restrain Tenpenny.
Yeah.
And we can open up next session with an encounter with Tenpenny.
Okay.
If it's kind of like, are we going to? If I need to act in this round to not lose my turn, I don't know. I probably still observe, or not. If I don't, if he runs away, I cast Mind Spike so I can track his location.
Oh, that's a good point. To track the location of the hunter that's running away.
No, because I'm tracking Dust. Dust is tracking that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if Tenpenny got away, I would cast Mind Spike.
Right. But no, we've got him fairly well tied up, so I think.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. Okay, all right. I'm gonna head out. Thanks for DMing, Jesse. Sorry I'm ended about a little bit early.
You got things to do. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, no, thanks for playing.
Yeah, we're hosting in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse tonight, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, hopefully it'll be a good movie. When the students show up, we handed out like 100 tickets last night.
Oh shit.
So hopefully some of them are. Yeah,
Some.
some of them show up. That'd be nice. All right, bye, friends.
All right, have fun.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
All right, I'm gonna end the broadcast here.
Yeah.